this going to always stay on the scoreboard, Harry?
Hold on, I can't talk right now.
Gotcha.
This is Akeem Holmes from Home Team Sports TV, broadcasting live from Spring Mills High School, where we have your Jefferson High School Cougars versus Spring Mills Cardinals. I'm joined by Craig Hunter, head coach of Jefferson High School. Craig, this is a big game right here. You know that this is a game that everybody's excited about, everybody wants. What is the key to the game for you, for your team to get back on the winning track?
The key to the game for us is basically what we need to do is not turn the ball over, stop and minimize the penalties, and just get after them, make sure we make tackles and make plays offensively and get the ball to our playmakers. I think we'll be fine.
Is there anything that you taught your team this week to kind of settle them down, refocus them, especially discipline-wise?
Just to stay focused. Don't worry about things too much. It's still early in the season. The game we had last week, we just kind of let it get away from us. Just keep getting after it, keep playing hard, and good things will happen to us.
And with this being a big EPAC game, is there any extra emphasis that you put on this week towards your team about how important this game is to get this victory and get back in that win column?
Every game's important. Doesn't matter if it's EPAC or a non-conference. Every game's important. We need to get after every game. We got a couple non-conference games coming up. We're going to get after them just like we get after any other game. So that's just it.
And so the main thing is on defense, obviously, is controlling their run game and keeping some of their playmakers, bottled up. Cam Taylor, number 7, their sophomore running back, he's very shifty and quick. Is there anything you guys have specifically that you want to do to make sure he can't get to the outside?
Just get after him. We're just going to get after him. That's all we're going to do is just get after him defensively. If we got to bring pressure, we'll bring pressure to stop him and bottle him up, make sure we got him bottled up, make sure we get him to the ground.
Well, good luck, Coach.
Thank you.
Whole Team Sports TV, broadcasting live. Good luck, Jefferson and Spring Mills. Appreciate it. Good luck, man. Thank you. Ball out. Good luck. Good luck.
Meet Cheryl Yates at ERA Liberty Realty. With over 30 years of experience, Cheryl provides each of her clients with the best level of customer service, along with helping families with the next phase of their life. The buying and selling process comes natural to Cheryl, as her understanding of the housing market allows her the ability to answer any questions that may arise. With offices in both Jefferson and Berkeley counties, she works hard to ensure the outcome you deserve. Cheryl is the key to selling or buying your home. Meet Cheryl Yates at ERA Liberty Realty. With over 30 years of experience, Cheryl provides each of her clients with the best level of customer service, along with helping families with the next phase of their life. The buying and selling process comes natural to Cheryl, as her understanding of the housing market allows her the ability to answer any questions that may arise. With offices in both Jefferson and Berkeley counties, she works hard to ensure the outcome you deserve. Cheryl is the key to selling or buying your home.
We're live at Spring Mills High School, where we have the 2-1 Spring Mills Cardinals versus the 1-2 Jefferson Cougars. I am joined by co-host Damon Smith. Virginia Reed. He beats the one defer. 26 on the clock. Quarterbacks to the clock. Very tough loss last week to Musselman. After watching those games and you being a coach as well and former player, what is something that you see that Jefferson could do to kind of change those fortunes?
Go up top to Keyshawn. I think it's I don't want to sound like, that couch coach, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to sound like him, but I think Keyshawn Robinson needs to touch the ball a little bit more. If you get it to Keyshawn, you get it to Fritz, you get it to Spencer, you can open up Evan. You can go ahead and open up Evan, but get it to Keyshawn, get it to him early, and then that'll open up everything else, I promise you.
So excited to be back live on HTS TV covering the full scholastic and athletic year for 2022 and 2023. Today's title sponsor is K-Tro Law, with a host of new sponsors, VFW Post 3522, HD's Barbecue and Soul Food Catering, Neil Powell at Down Home Insurance, Quentin Taz McDonald Gibson at Integrity Home Mortgage, Chris Page at Quality Lawn Care, L&L Handyman Services, Money Mar Training, K-Tro Law, and Cheryl Yates of ERA Realty. Today's title sponsor is K-Tro Law. So, as we spoke, about what Jefferson may need to do to have a change of fortune as opposed to the last 2 weeks, what is something that you would like to see Spring Mills do that will be able to keep this Jefferson offense from clicking on all cylinders?
Probably, they might have to keep two safeties back. Prevent the deep stuff. pack it in a little bit with their D tackles. Don't allow Evan to get started. They're probably gonna have to pressure the quarterback too. It's gonna be a young quarterback, so just throw everything at him. Throw the book at him, man.
And with the talent that Jefferson has and the speed and the skill positions that they have, as Hunter said during the coach's interview, you would just like to see them get the ball in the hands of the playmakers and make plays. It doesn't necessarily have to be 20, 30, 40 yards down the field.
Nope.
Sometimes it's just typical screen passes, jet sweeps, things to let them create on their own.
Yeah. It's just don't be predictable,
Yeah.
Don't be predictable. Mix it up a little bit.
The freshman Jonathan Pineros with the angle kick on the kickoff, received by Spring Mills and out of bounds at the 37-yard line, where Spring Mills will take over. And you will see that young Spring Mills offense first. And we have a new quarterback for Spring Mills. Max Anderson does not get to start tonight. That's a little something different. The freshman, Rylan Swartz, will get to start.
Okay.
6 foot, 175. Spring Mills with the pistol. We have two wide receivers to the left side and one single as Cam Taylor goes in motion. And Swartz with the quarterback draw and is wrapped up quickly by the Jefferson defender, Wyatt Shively. And Wyatt is a player that over the last 2 years, he has progressed very, very well, become a very physical edge defender.
Very physical. Wyatt is physical. He's definitely physical.
And for the freshman, I think he felt the difference between playing middle school or travel ball as opposed to playing varsity football. The handoff to the Spring Mills running back, a gain of 1.
Look like Spring Mills want to attack the middle. They've watched their film. Everybody that's played Jefferson so far, they've attacked that middle.
Sophomore Keon Mills for a gain of 2. It'll be 3rd and 7 from the Spring Mills 41-yard line.
Yet again, ladies and gentlemen, the use of accelerant and noisemakers such as sirens or an air horn are strictly prohibited.
So let's see what the freshmen can do. Passing the ball, putting the ball in the air. Let's see if they try to be conservative and actually
conservative.
Very conservative. And a great tackle by Evan Toole. And this is something that when they started the freshmen, I just wanted to see if it was going to be something they was going to use him to be a little bit different than what Max Anderson is, or run a very similar style of offense. And it seemed like they're going to run a very similar style of offense. 3 straight plays. They didn't put the ball in the air one time. And Jefferson was very stout against the run. And maybe that was just something they seen in film. That was a great kick by the freshman. That's a great kick by the freshman. And that was kicked towards number 6, Tayshawn Roper. And Roper deferred to Keyshawn, and that punished them at that point.
Yeah, that hurts.
Yeah, that ball was definitely kicked to Roper, and Roper did not go after that. So Jefferson will be pinned down at the 1-yard line. And we did the first game with Spring Mills versus Musselman, and the freshman punter struggled. So to see the adjustment after those 2 games, great job, Rylan Swartz. That was definitely a big difference than what he did a couple weeks ago.
99 yards. Let's see if they can travel 99 yards.
Dylan Herrick will get to start again.
Oh.
And it'll be a false start by Fritz and Robinson. It'll be a half the distance to the goal.
Defensive starters for the Cardinals, defensive end Gavin Jones.
99 and a half.
Right now, they're about a half an inch in front of the 1-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 and a half from the half-yard line. The sophomore Dylan Herrick will take the snap. You have 2 wide receivers on both sides. The quarterback wham to Herrick, and Herrick is out to the 14-yard line.
Good run.
For a 14-yard run, 1st and 10, Jefferson.
You see what I'm saying? There's only one safety back there.
And a single high safety versus the threats that Jefferson has can be very dangerous. But I think that is them more so saying they want Herrick to beat them with his arm, not his legs. Let's see if they make adjustments to their defensive scheme if they put Goins in and they kind of spell each other. Hand off to Evan Toole, up the middle for a gain of 5. It will be 2nd and 5 from the 19.5-yard line, 2nd and 6.
Spring Mills saying you're going to have to run 99 yards. They're going to make them work for it. They're not going to give it to them.
But the first 2 runs for Jefferson, you gain 19 yards in 2 runs.
Right.
That's 9.5-yard average. You'll take that if you're a Jefferson fan. Spring Mills fan, you obviously you want to see a little bit more stout on the run game. Be 2nd and 6. A good play in the backfield by the Spring Mills defender. Herrick gets away and gains a gain of 3. It'll be 3rd and 3 from the 22-yard line. Herrick did some things on his own. And Dylan is a very strong sophomore. He runs with a lot of confidence, a lot of power, a lot of strength. Not afraid to go up the middle.
Right. I like him.
Yeah.
I like him.
So it'll be 3rd and 3 from the 22-yard line. You have trips to the left. Spencer Powell on his own island on the right-hand side. And offsides on Spring Mills will give Jefferson a first down. And we've seen 2 straight hard counts by Herrick. One got his own, got their own teammates. This time, a little bit more productive, and Spring Mills jumps outside. So it'll be a 1st and 10 from the Jefferson 27-yard line. Once again, we have trips to the left. Spencer Powell on the right by himself, guarded by the 5'7" cornerback Cam Taylor. Herrick with the quarterback wham.
They're going to make sure
he lowers his shoulder in for a gain of 4 or 5. And right now it seems like Craig is very happy just to take those 4 and 5 yards, keep the chains moving, slow the game down, get his young quarterback into the mix. I always feel like it is good to get hit a couple times, get tackled a couple times.
Getting comfortable.
Trips to the left, pistol formation with Powell, single receiver to the right-hand side. Herrick takes the snap. The ball is to Spencer Powell on a quick slant, and it was a little bit behind him. And maybe I am being a little too picky, but Damon, you played the game. If you're a quarterback and as a wide receiver, do you want them to run that route a little bit harder and use your body kind of to be able to shut him off, or was the pass so far behind him there's nothing he really could do about it?
I think the pass was just too far behind him.
Herrick back to pass. Herrick up the middle, and he runs, and he scrambles for a gain of 30, and he's out of bounds at the 40-yard line. 1st and 10, Jefferson. And Herrick has 45 yards rushing already on the first drive. A couple call design runs. That one, the 30-yard scramble. Herrick is quickly making himself known that if you don't play gap discipline, I will take that. Use my feet and punch you that way.
Well, they was in man-to-man, so the backs was turned, so he saw it. That's a good decision.
The quick screen to Evan Toole, and that was too low.
He's got to get comfortable. Yeah. That's all.
And I think that Craig is trying to get him comfortable by short passes.
Right.
His first 2 passes was a 5-yard quick slant. That one was a halfback screen. And the nerves, they're always tough, especially when you're a 15, 16-year-old kid. Getting those initial nerves out of the way. But Dylan, outside of those 2 passes, he's been very aggressive and very productive on this possession. Trips to the left, 2 wide receivers to the right. Tayshawn Roper on the wheel route, and just let him just a little too much. It'll be 3rd and 10 from the Spring Mills 42-yard line. And we have a update. Highland Springs scores 7-0 Highland Springs over Martinsburg. And right now we have a 3rd and 10 for Jefferson. Herrick goes over to the sideline for the play. We'll have trips to the left. We'll have Powell one-on-one on the right-hand side, single high safety with Evan Toole in the backfield to his left. Spring Mills chain him on. A rollout No one is open. Herrick is
fumble,
he fumbles and recovered by Spring Mills
Never saw
at
him.
the 46-yard line of Jefferson. First and 10 Cardinals. And that's one of those plays that you just throw the ball away.
Yeah.
They played great defense. It was very well covered. And there was really nothing that Herrick could do. The smartest play would be to throw the ball away. Obviously, as a sophomore, you want to make a play, but that's definitely a hurt piece for the Jefferson offense. And the first thing that Craig Hunter said is we don't want to make those mistakes to hurt yourself. No turnovers.
Yeah, if you don't see it right then and there, I know what play they ran. For me coaching with them a few years back, I know exactly what play that was. Hey, if you don't see it right then and there, you got to throw that ball away.
Yeah.
But, that's learning. It's learning.
So it'll be first and 10 Spring Mills at the 44-yard line of Jefferson. Ronald Swartz hands the ball off to number 2, Keon Mills, and he is wrapped up after a gain of a half inch. So 4 plays for Spring Mills on offense. We have not seen a pass play yet. We have not seen number 15, Max Anderson, yet, who had a big game last week.
They're going to have to throw the ball at some point.
Yeah. And maybe this is Spring Mills just testing to see if they could get, they could pound this Jefferson defense.
Nice run.
And that's a strong run by Ronald Swartz. A gain of 8 yards, and it will be a 3rd and 1 from the Jefferson 35-yard line.
You see what they're running at. They're going straight up the middle. Yeah. They're going to test that middle for Jefferson. So Musselman did. That's what Millbrook did. That's what Sherando did.
Yes.
Everybody did it. So that's where they're going. They're not going outside. They're going right up the middle.
And Jefferson's linebackers have to show that they're willing to get in there and be physical. So it's 3rd and 1 from the Jefferson 35-yard line. Another quarterback wham. A first down by Swartz. He busted outside.
Fumble.
A forced fumble by Nasir Jacobs. And recovered by Jefferson High School. Nasir Jacobs with the forced fumble. And he was a player that at a production, I was actually talking to, his aunt, and I said that Jefferson's going to need a big game from Nasir Jacobs. They're going to need a big game from him. They're going to need him to stay healthy. They're going to need him to stay on the field because when he is on the field, he's a menace.
He's a man child. I see him every day at the school.
Squatting 500 pounds.
He's a man child.
So it'll be 1st and 10, Jefferson. So 2 fumbles by young quarterbacks trying to make plays. So each team has a turnover. Dylan Herrick hands the ball to Evan Toole. Evan Toole up the middle for a gain of 8 yards, maybe 9. Now, you want to talk about a man.
Right now, I think that's where you need to go.
Yeah. Evan Toole is a very physical runner. He definitely was on the list of the best running backs in the state of West Virginia coming into the season.
Well deserved also.
And you definitely would like to see him get going, like a 20-carry game, 175, 200 yards if you're Jefferson. The same thing you'd like to see from Cam Taylor from Spring Mills. It'll be a first down Jefferson. And that's something that has caught my eye from doing the first game to this game. Cam Taylor was the key when Spring Mills played Musselman, and he hasn't touched the ball yet. And Max Anderson has been, a standout at quarterback for the first 3 games, and we haven't seen him in the game as well. So Spring Mills is definitely changing it up, showing a different tendency, trying to confuse Jefferson a little bit. So with 5:22,
Jefferson don't have any film on
Swartz.
Yeah, they don't have any film on him, so change it up a little bit.
So with 5:22 in the first quarter, Jefferson is driving. A quick pitch to Toole on first down, a gain of 6. It would be a 2nd and 4 from the Spring Mills 41-yard line. Today's title sponsor is K-Tro Law. I'd like to thank our host of sponsors, HD's Barbecue, Neil Powell Down Home Insurance, Chris Page at Quality Lawn Care, Quintez McDonald Gibson at Integrity Home Mortgage, Cheryl Yates of ERA Realty, and VFW Post 3522. So we have a 2nd and 4. Jefferson at the Spring Mills 41-yard line. Another handoff to Toole. He busted to the outside. A block by Keyshawn Robinson and a physical run by Evan Toole. He's out of bounds at the 20-yard line.
So like Jefferson said, you know what? That's enough passing for right now. Let's go ahead and run this thing.
Yeah, and that will work. That potentially might work this game, but obviously, to go where they want to go, they're definitely going to have to get their playmakers, Powell and Fritz, Robinson with the ball. But Damon, being an athlete and playing the game as well, that if you get that run game established, that brings about play action pass.
It's definitely coming. It's definitely coming. If not right here. It could happen right here.
So 1st and 10, Jefferson at the Spring Mills 24-yard line, and we have a timeout by Spring Mills. So we will take a quick commercial break. This is Home Team Sports TV, broadcasting live.
Meet Cheryl Yates at ERA Liberty Realty. With over 30 years of experience, Cheryl provides each of her clients with the best level of customer service, along with helping families with the next phase of their life. The buying and selling process comes natural to Cheryl, as her understanding of the housing market.
Timeout by Spring Mills. We have Dylan Herrick back in the pistol. We have Keyshawn Robinson on his own island on the left side, and we have Fritz and Powell to the right. Herrick looks over to coach. They make an adjustment on the play. And obviously you've seen the free safety. He kind of shaded over to Robinson.
Yep.
Herrick takes the snap. The quarterback sweep. Herrick gets to the outside. He bounces. And he is out of bounds at the 18-yard line. That'll be a gain of. He's a very strong runner. And he has he has deceptive speed as well. He gets to the outside relatively easy. So it'll be a gain of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4 from the 18-yard line. And Herrick is only a sophomore, so he only has more room to grow. Once again, you have 2 receivers to the right, and you have Robinson out on the left-hand side by himself, and you have space. Look at the cushion he's getting. He's getting about 8 to 9 yards of a cushion. Maybe a quick screen, see if he can actually be tackled one-on-one.
Don't even go out, just turn and look.
Jet sweep, we have Fritz on motion. The handoff to Evan Toole, and Toole is bottled up by the Spring Mills defense for a gain of 1.
3, the ball carrier, the Cougars up the middle. For a gain of 8, 3rd down and 4.
And they're giving Keyshawn a lot of cushion.
They are. So it'll be a 3rd and 3 from the Spring Mills 19-yard line. Herrick back. Another quarterback wham. And he is met and tackled short of the 1st down. And this is where they're going to have to – you're going to have to be able to put the ball, on in the air. You got too many weapons on the outside just to run the ball to the quarterback 5 times. And, you got to get the ball to your playmakers.
This has got to be Evan right here.
So it's 4th and 1 from the 17-yard line of Spring Mills. Trying to get him to jump, but Spring Mills stayed disciplined. Looking over to Hunter for the play. They got it ready to go. Harry looks over one more time. 6 seconds left on the play clock. 2 seconds on the play clock and a timeout. And obviously you just seen the confusion from all the players on the Jefferson side. I know this is a big play, but you can see that they were just a little bit out of sorts. And it's better to call a timeout than to try to rush a play and then lose yards, fumble, turnover. Just make sure everybody's on the same page. Because from watching, the last 2 games of Jefferson, they got down first. They got behind first.
Yeah.
So this is definitely a team, especially one to establish physicality, both running the ball and stopping the run. They want to establish getting the lead early and being able to play with the lead, not so much having to come from behind and doing something and putting too much pressure on the sophomore quarterback to have to do too much with his arm as they're trying to ease him in to being a varsity level starting quarterback.
Also, what hurt Jefferson in the past few games is penalties also. So you can't see a penalty right here. Penalty will set them back, and then they will have to put the ball in the air. As of right now, my personal opinion, I'm giving it to Evan right here.
Oh, yeah, I am as well. Get the first down, and at that point, take a chance, take a shot. You never know if you might bust this and get to the end zone. But, Spring Mills middle linebackers don't seem overly big. You've been pounding them up the middle the whole game. Look, they're on blitz right now. The ball is the tool, but it'll be a first down for Jefferson. So the chains will move. It'll be 1st and 10, Jefferson from the 14-yard line of Spring Mills.
Now, do you take your shot or do you keep running?
I'm going to keep running simply because, the quarterback hasn't thrown the ball one time on his possession. Unless it's an easy route, something that he can get an easy completion. I'm going to test him again. You have Roper and Evan in the backfield right now. Those both are two explosive backs. I think that's something that people have been calling for throughout the whole season, to have them on the field at the same time. And you have a quarterback draw to Herrick. It seemed like it was a little bit of a confusion right there.
I think it was confusing. I think that was supposed to go to Evan.
Yeah.
He's looking back like, what happened?
And I think that's something where Dylan has to trust his teammates. You've done very well running the ball, but get the ball to your horse. So Wyatt Shalby is back in the game. Damon, that's what I would like to see Jefferson use more. Use that big tight end going down the seam. Herrick, you have two wide receivers to the right. Pistol set with Keyshawn Robinson alone on the left side. Fritz in motion. And the pass for Herrick to Fritz.
That's a good pass.
And touchdown. Isaiah Fritz.
Pass.
And Dylan laid that round of money through to the back corner. He actually threw that pass with some anticipation. That's something that you love to see from a sophomore quarterback. Touchdown, Cougars.
Really good pass.
And Fritz is a very dynamic wide receiver. He gets open. He creates a lot of separation. So to see him be rewarded and to see Dylan with that beautiful pass, it's amazing. And right here, you have a freshman placeholder and a freshman kicker on the Jefferson offense. You have Axel Martinez, number 18, and Jonathan Pineros, the kicker, for the extra point, and it is up and it's good. But that's definitely something that's exciting as well. You don't typically see at the high school level a freshman placeholder and a freshman kicker.
They got more trust than I would have.
Yeah, but
especially for the placeholder.
And that's where you grow. And what I like the most too is those two players, coming from a great program in Jefferson High School, middle school. You just want to get on the field. There's no egos. Obviously, Axel being a freshman quarterback, he's not playing on the offense, but he's willing to do anything to get on the field. And that is something that, you have to admire, because it takes a team, right, to win. And it takes a lot of players willing to be able to do anything to win. And I seen on that play where Nasir Jacobs made the fumble, the freshman number 30, Leland Bennett, was in at defensive end. So Craig Hunter has done a great job of slowly integrating very talented freshmen in on the varsity scene to get them those reps, sporadically and in spurts that will benefit them going forward.
I don't think a lot of people understand how young this team is. I think they just see,
for instance, Powell.
Exactly.
They think everybody's seniors, but they're not.
Nice
and
kick.
A great kick by the freshman
kick.
Jonathan Pineros. Pins Spring Mills back. Cam Taylor reverses fields.
Good cut.
And he busts up the middle, but he is wrapped up by Isaiah DeLauder, and he is shut down at the 15-yard line. And Spring Mills will take over at the Jefferson 15-yard line, and we will find out if Max Anderson is injured or if this is just a change in a guard at the quarterback position for Spring Mills. Rollins Schwartz is going out for his third possession. Now, Damon, if tendencies serve me well, this first play is going to be a pass.
Run.
It's going to be a pass.
I think
they're going to pass the ball.
I think they're going to run it.
Yeah, I think they're going to pass the ball.
Run it right up the middle.
Let's see what happens. I'm definitely calling pass.
Oh, you right.
Yes, sir.
Picked off. Ooh, okay.
Very intellectual young man. You got it. I'm going to toot my horn a little bit.
You went up on me. Okay.
Coach Keem up here.
Okay.
I'm just playing, guys. We Damon is my big cousin. We've been doing this ever since we were young kids. So it's definitely fun to be able to co-host with my big cousin. And the freshman Leland Benner is in right now at defensive end. And the handoff to number 2, Keon Mills, is wrapped up. In this Jefferson defense, you can tell they have put the emphasis on stopping the run. So they are forcing Spring Mills to make the freshman a passer. And we'll see, as the game progresses, if he's able to do so. With 20 seconds left in the first quarter, we don't know if they're going to get this playoff before the end of the quarter.
Yeah, coach is having his hands up here. Just hold tight, fellas.
Yeah. And they'll be able to sit back, and they're going to be able to talk, try to come up with a good play. Maybe try to get them to go off sides and try to steal 5 yards, but it looks like they're going to take it to the end of the quarter. So at the end of one, we have the Jefferson High School Cougars 7, the Spring Mills Cardinals 0. We'll be back. This is Home Team Sports TV.
Over 30 years of experience, Cheryl provides each of her clients with the best level of customer service, along with helping families with the next phase of their life. The buying and selling process comes natural to Cheryl, as her understanding of the housing market allows her the ability to answer any questions that may arise. With offices in both Jefferson and Berkeley counties, she works hard to ensure the outcome you deserve. Cheryl is the key to selling or buying your home.
And we are back at Spring Mills High School, where we have the Jefferson Cougars 1 and 2 versus Spring Mills Cardinals. Spring Mills is having a 3rd and 8 from the Jefferson 17-yard line, with the freshman Rollins Schwartz leading the offense. So far, Spring Mills has run the ball 10 times, only attempted 1 pass. Let's see right now if they're comfortable with the freshman throwing the ball downfield, or I'm calling potentially a swing pass, screen, maybe
something
a quick
short.
slant, something short, just to get them comfortable and confident. With the game speed, it's definitely a different game speed at the varsity level. Martinsburg is still down 7-0 against Highland Springs. For all those wondering about that game, a rollout by the freshman, and the ball is thrown out of bounds, and it'll be a 4th and 8.
Keyshawn broke on that thing. I thought it was
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be 6 the other way. He broke on it.
And if he would have picked that off, it definitely would have been house music. But right now, the adjustment on this punt, they took the sophomore out. They got Fritz and Keyshawn Robinson back, both threats. Let's see if Spring Mills will try to angle it away from the returners, or if they would be gamblers and kick the ball to one of these threats. And they actually kicked the ball right down the middle of the field to Fritz. Fritz gets the punt. He is at the 40-yard line. He is at the 35-yard line. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. And out of bounds at the Spring Mills 16-yard line. Jefferson will start on the short field.
It's one thing with Jefferson, man. They have athletes. that wide receiver core is the 4x1 team.
Yeah,
the state champion.
State champions, 4x2, right?
Which I was able to coach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, go ahead.
You know, a little toot right there.
Toot.
You know what I mean? Pop my collar on that one. You know what I'm saying?
Up in the booth with this is Shalinka Jacobs, and when we talked about kicking the ball off to those punt returns, he said, yeah, kick the ball away.
Yeah, kick the ball away from them guys, man.
Herrick in the pistol set with 2 to the left, Powell to the right. The handoff to Evan Toole, and he is wrapped up in the backfield.
Flag.
And it looked like it was a counter.
Yeah.
You obviously you seen Toole take that jab step, but that the defensive end was already flying down the line.
Right.
So Toole had no chance of getting out the backfield.
Yeah, it was a flag on the play. I saw holding.
So it'll be a holding on Jefferson. It'll be a loss of 10 from the spot of foul. So it'll be a first and 20 from the Spring Mills 26-yard line. So with the way that Jefferson has run his offense for the first quarter, being behind the sticks an extra 10 yards is highly detrimental to what they want to do. You have single high coverage with Powell up there on the right-hand side. Let's see if they throw that fade right now and give your playmaker a chance to make a big play.
I don't think he can get over there fast enough.
And a quick pitch to Keyshawn Robinson. And Robinson carries the ball out to the 16-yard line, so he gains that 10 yards back.
I would like to see more of that. Couple jet sweeps.
I agree with you, but me being on the wide side of the field and having Powell by himself against a 5'7" cornerback, I'm going to take that shot. But I understand too, with it being first and 20, you want to get things back to a manageable position.
Right here, Keyshawn right up the seam.
And Herrick with the quarterback keeper.
And
a great tackle by the Spring Mills cornerback, Cam Taylor, which would have prevented, obviously, you see a lot of green in front. That would have been a touchdown, if it wasn't for that shoestring tackle. So we have a 3rd and 7 from the Spring Mills 13-yard line. And I would think this is probably 2-down territory.
I know what play this is.
We're going to keep that silent.
Actually, that's not what I thought it was going to be.
And you needed Fritz. You needed Fritz to take that to the outside a little bit.
He had his blockers out here.
And it'll be a 4th down, a 4th and 2, what it looks like. And let's see if Jefferson is going to try to be aggressive. If they're going to sit back there and try to get him to jump off sides. We're gonna do this again, Damon.
Yeah.
What I'm gonna call is a quarterback draw.
Yep. I can't knock you on that one. That's what I think is gonna be also.
I think they're gonna try to do a hard count and potentially a quarterback draw. Actually, it was a pass. And
that backside again. That's the same thing that got
by Spring Mills. And Jefferson does nothing with the great return by Isaiah Fritz, and the score remains 7-0.
If you're Spring Mills right now, you're feeling really good right now.
And in that situation, what I think that I would love to see, and maybe the coaches, maybe I can't speak for them, but I think at that point in time, you still throw that ball up and just try to give somebody a chance. It's 4th down. Taking a sack is not an option.
Right.
So it will be at 1st and 10 Spring Mills at the Spring Mills 15-yard line. The score is 7-0 with 9 minutes and 10 seconds left in the second quarter.
You know one thing, Jefferson they can't let Spring Mills stick around.
No, you can't. And the fake, and that's a great diagnosis by Nolan Meeline. And to be honest with you, like I said, I am a little confused right now with, obviously you want to establish that run game, and that's great. But Jefferson has like 10 people in the box right now. You have to at least throw the ball down the field and make them respect that that's an option.
Right.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 15-yard line of Spring Mills with 9 minutes and 5 seconds left in the second quarter. They send Cam Taylor in motion. A handoff to Keon Mills, and he is bottled up in the backfield.
Ooh, baby.
And it will be a 3rd and 12.
Got to put it up now.
You gotta put it up
now.
And
But you got to be careful. He might roll out again like they did the last pass. Something short.
And what it looks like to me is if the game stays close, Spring Mills are going to continue to stick with their script, plug away, hope for that big play. But if Jefferson starts to kind of, open things up, it will force Spring Mills to maybe become a little bit more aggressive. So 3rd and 12 from the Spring Mills 13-yard line.
Oh, they're
Cam
going
Taylor's
deep.
going deep.
Going deep.
And
Got him. Woo!
Tayshawn Roper drops the interception.
And it almost fell right into the man's hands.
It almost fell to Cam Taylor's hands.
Almost fell right into his hands.
And to be honest with you, in that situation as well, is that interception would have been just as good as a punt.
Well, yeah, it would have been just as good as a punt. You got.
You're not kicking the ball to Fritz or Robinson.
I hope they just kick it out of bounds.
Update on the Martinsburg game. Highland Springs just scored again, 14-0. Highland Springs over the Martinsburg Bulldogs.
Oh, they kicked it.
They kicked the ball to Robinson this time straight on. Robinson fields the punt, and he is bottled up at the 35-yard line. Great coverage by Spring Mills. And this Spring Mills team, like the Jefferson team, they're very young.
Right.
And I made this comment the first game versus Musselman. Teams better get them right now.
Oh, yeah.
They better get them right now because in a year or two, this Spring Mills team is going to be dangerous.
Oh, yeah. In the weight room a little bit. Be all right. But like I said before, if I'm Spring Mills coaches, I'm feeling real good about what's going on right now.
Yeah. Herrick in the pistol. He rolls out. He scrambles. And physical run, and he is smacked.
He's got to be smarter.
Yeah.
Right now, you are the starting quarterback.
Yeah.
Slide. Don't dive in like that. Take what you can get. That's a good run. Good run.
It's a very good run, but I feel like he's relying on his legs a little too much.
Right.
So it will be a 2nd and 1. They haven't moved the box yet. So actually, it was a penalty on Spring Mills. Maybe a helmet to helmet.
I didn't see anything called. Yep, that's what it is.
A 15-yard penalty on Spring Mills will put the ball at the Spring Mills 12-yard line.
But I'm wondering if helmet to helmet, he leaned in. Yeah.
It's kind of hard to avoid
bang play.
Yeah.
So
it'll be a 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. Herrick with the snap, but a false start by Jefferson. And this is a repeat of Jefferson. We've seen
flags,
a holding penalty. We've seen a false start. We've seen a fumble. Those are 3 things that Coach Craig Hunter has talked about with his team, and the adjustments that you need to make, to beat some of the elite teams in the state of West Virginia.
Getting behind the sticks will hurt you.
Especially when you're trying to reestablish yourself as more of a running team as well. Herrick with 2 running backs in the backfield. The snap. Herrick looks. Pass to Spencer Powell. Powell is out of bounds at the 8-yard line.
Yeah, playmakers. Just throw it to him. Let him make a play.
Yeah. So it'll be a 2nd and 8 from the Spring Mills 8-yard line. So right now, you've seen Powell get that slant. You've seen Fritz won the wheel route in the back of the end zone for a touchdown. They got Robinson the ball on the quick pitch. Right now you have 2 dynamic running backs in the backfield. Jefferson has his best playmakers on the field right now to put pressure on Spring Mills. And a great handoff to Tayshawn Roper. And the sophomore is in for a touchdown. Touchdown, Jefferson. Yeah, touchdown. For touchdown, touchdown. 13-0, Jefferson High School with the takedown for the touchdown.
Tayshawn is a change of pace back.
Yeah. Very fast. He's deceptively physical as well.
Oh, yeah.
But I liked it was more like a one cut and go in that situation. And it resulted in a touchdown for Jefferson High School. The freshman kick is up, and it is good. Jefferson 14, Spring Mills 0 with 6:41 left in the second quarter. And Damon, this is getting to that point that potentially, if Jefferson tacks on another touchdown before Spring Mills gets in the end zone, do you see them at that point having to switch things up and not be able to just run the ball 14 out of 17 plays?
I don't think they will have any choice. Right now, they're still okay. They can still run the ball, but they're going to have to sling it a little bit. Also, with a young team like this, what you don't want to happen is you don't want this young team to get down on themselves.
Yes.
Kids tend to get down on themselves once they start, once other teams score and stuff like that, they'll just get down, and you don't want that with this team. You want them to keep fighting.
Yeah, and I was having a conversation with some family members, and Damon, we was just talking about this, in the pregame. For a lot of these kids, in the way that the landscape of football is nowadays, you grow up and you only play kids a year older than you, or potentially 2 years older, if you have that later birthday where you might have that kid who's 6 playing against an 8-year-old, a kid 8 might be playing against a 10-year-old, or something like that. But when you get to the high school level, you could be a 14-year-old freshman,
right?
Playing against a 19-year-old senior. Yeah. So for a lot of these kids that are freshmen, sophomore, this is the first time they've played with kids, more physically advanced than them. So the adjustment with the speed,
right?
The adjustment with the pace of play is different. So like you see with this freshman, you could tell he's very talented. He just threw that last ball 40 yards.
Right.
So he's very talented, but he's just getting adjusted to the speed of high school football. And I think that is the sacrifice that Spring Mills is saying right now. What they're saying is we're going to try to win, and we're going to put game plans in to win the game, but we are also building for a better day. I mean, you have a freshman quarterback in. Your other starting quarterback is a sophomore.
You have talent.
Yeah, your star tailback, Cam Taylor, is a sophomore as well. So by next year or 2 years from now, when these kids are in 11th and 12th grade, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, coaches got to just stay in their ears. Fellas, let's just keep working. We have something.
Yeah, they definitely do. They're seeing Cam Taylor in motion and quick pitch. Actually, that's Keon Mills, number 2, and he is wrapped up in the backfield. He gets to that outside, but Jefferson's speed, they're too fast.
Right.
And it'd be a loss of 5 yards.
Is that Caleb Shelton?
No, actually, that was Roper.
That
was Roper. So on the roster, number 2 is Keon Mills, and number 7 is Cam Taylor. So for people who can't see those numbers, they have switched Taylor and Mills from the slot and in the backfield. So that right there was number 2, Keon Mills. Now they have Cam Taylor in the slot, being covered by the linebacker, Nasir Jacobs, and Keon Mills in the backfield.
Jefferson's coming with some heat.
And Swartz gets outside. And he breaks it outside. A good play. And he is tackled at the 24-yard line. And it'll be 4th and 6. Now, that was a great run, by the quarterback. But Jefferson has been able to get into the backfield. They've been able to get pressure on the quarterback, not to let him be comfortable. This Jefferson defense, they can't. For me, I don't have the live stats right now, but just from watching the game, I don't know if Spring Mills has a first down yet.
Yeah, that's a good kick.
That's a good angle punt.
That's a good angle punt.
That's a very good angle punt.
Don't give him another chance.
Yeah, especially not like the last punt. You know, they kicked the ball high. It was high and short, so he didn't outkick his coverage. On that one right there, he kicked a wedge.
There's a flag on the play.
And it was a wedge angle shot.
Uh-oh. What's the deal? What's going on?
So there's a flag on Spring Mills. So I wonder if Jefferson is going to choose to tack this on to the end of the punt, or if they're going to make them kick it again. Oh, is that going to be a first down for Spring Mills? But was it during the punt, or was it? Because if it's during the punt, it does not matter. Unless that rule is different. Was it? I don't know what the penalty is.
Whatever it is, Spring Mills got the ball. First down.
And you're not getting any, any questions or confusion from the Jefferson coaches. So obviously, high school rules are different than college and the pros. Because I know that in college and the pros, if it's during the play of the punt, the possession has already switched over. So unless it's a personal foul on roughing the kicker, typically it doesn't translate. And they try to get the ball to Ken Taylor, and he is wrapped up.
They're just
Jefferson's too fast.
They know what's coming.
Yeah, they're too fast for what Spring Mills is calling. It's just not working. So with 3 minutes and 52 seconds left in the third quarter, we have Jefferson leading 14-0. Spring Mills just got their first down of the game, helped by a Jefferson flag, and it will be 2nd and 10 from the Spring Mills 29-yard line, with the freshman Rylan Swartz getting his first start of his high school scholastic career tonight versus the Cougars. Something he'll remember for the rest of his life. To get that start as a freshman, that's big time.
Walk around the school with your chest out.
Yeah, chest out, yeah, for sure.
Good pass.
That's a good pass.
Good pass, good catch.
But looks like there's a flag on the play. There's a flag on the play, so let's see if that is also a roughing the passer. There's a holding on Spring Mills, and it'll be a loss of 10. You know, and that's tough for a freshman. You know, you get that first pass completion for a first down, and you get a holding penalty.
I know he was feeling good. He was probably feeling good about that pass too, and then turned around with oh man.
Yeah. So it'll be a 2nd and 13 from the 2nd and 31. Oh, my confusion. 2nd and 31. So it was actually a holding from the spot of foul.
Oh my.
Rollins Swartz back to pass. He throws a sidearm. He got a little bit of Patrick Mahomes to him.
You see it?
Yeah, he got a little Pat Mahomes to him.
And tries out there trying to slang that thing.
A little bit of Patrick Mahomes looking like Justin Herbert.
Oh, okay.
You see, he got the locks coming out of the back of his helmet. Hey, this color commentary. I want you guys to feel like you're at the stadium. So we got a little bit of sidearm Patrick Mahomes with a little bit of Justin Herbert out there. It'll be a 3rd and 31 from the 13-yard line, and there's no play for 3rd and 31.
No, go deep. It's nothing but a punt.
And it would be a delay of game for Spring Mills. It'll be a loss of 5.
Oh my.
Maybe half the distance to the goal.
Oh my.
It would be 3rd and 36 from the 8-yard line with 2 minutes and 55 seconds left in the second quarter. And Jefferson was a little bit out of sorts, rushing to the line of scrimmage. Ron Swartz back to pass, and he is bottled up in the backfield and tackled at the 6-yard line. A loss of 2. and it'll be 4th down and 38 from the 6-yard line. And let's see, and Jefferson calls a timeout to conserve the time. The last time we saw the freshman Rollins Swartz with the wedge kick over to the sideline, a directional kick. Do you think, Damon, this is going to be something else that they're going to do?
Kick it to the sideline. Kick it to the sideline.
And that's what I would do. Like, you know,
that's what I would
it's
do.
14-0. Your team has played fairly well on the defensive side. You know, the last thing you want is Jefferson to go up 21-0 while also getting the ball after the half.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
So this next possession is very integral to determining the game. If Spring Mills can keep this 14-0 going into the half, I think they feel fairly comfortable that they can make some adjustments at halftime,
right,
and get themselves back into the game. But, you know, if they allow Jefferson to go down here to score, go into the half with extreme momentum and confidence, and then get the ball at the half, you know, I think that's very tough for a very young team.
But if you're Jefferson now, you got to think, look, we got to come out stronger in the second half. They're still playing a little flat in my
and me as well. And this ball is kicked to Roper. Roper fills the punt. He goes to the right-hand side, follows his blocks.
If he gets a cut.
He cuts inside, and he is tackled at the 21-yard line. A 20-yard punt return by the sophomore Tayshawn Roper. In the win right there for the Jefferson fans as well. There's no penalty on that play. and what I'm saying, Damon, is especially when you cut all the way across the field.
Right.
You know, even when you watch the pros,
you'll get
you see that
block
laundry
in the back or something like that.
You see that laundry very
you're
consistently.
Right.
So, you know, to be able to do that, you know, that's definitely you know, something that Jefferson should be excited about. And Tayshawn Roper was wide open in the flats, passed too far in front.
Flag on the play. There it is.
And the flag on the play on the Jefferson Cougars at the 21-yard line.
Got a terrible towel on the ground.
You see the holding penalty. So it was a 5-yard penalty.
Oh, they're just taking the down away. They just want the loss of down, so it'll go back. They just want the loss of down. They don't want the yardage. They just want the loss of down. So it'll still be second. They'll be second down instead of first down.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 21-yard line.
Instead of 1st and 15.
Two minutes and 18 seconds left in the second quarter. Herrick back with trips to the left. He rolls out. Quick pass to Spencer Powell, and the ball is dropped. If it touches your hand, you got to catch it.
Got to catch it. And usually Spencer's very sure-handed.
That's what Chris Carter said.
If it touches your hand, you got to catch it. You got to catch the ball. And it'll be 3rd and 10 from the 21-yard line, and the clock is running on an incomplete pass. So I'm pretty sure that Spring Mills will have to adjust that clock. And I will take this time while they're adjusting the clock to thank our sponsors. Our host sponsor and our title sponsor is Catro Law, HG's Barbecue, Soul Food Catering, Neil Powell at Down Home Insurance, Quintez McDonald Gibson at Integrity Home Mortgage, Chris Page at Quality Lawn Care, L-Down Handyman Services, and VFW Post 3522. So we're back with 1:58 left in the third quarter. In the second quarter, Jefferson leading 14-0. Trips to the left.
Coming with some heat.
Herrick goes back and he scrambles.
Oh,
he busted
good
through.
Cut.
And he
Good
busted
cut.
one more time. It is a touchdown. Dylan Herrick. And we have a holding penalty on Jefferson.
It's coming back. Oh, my.
A holding penalty on number 51. And this is what we've been seeing with Jefferson for 4 weeks. This is who they are. You know, they make great plays and then there's a lot of penalties. And at the end of the day, this is where you hope that they can go watch some film, and make some adjustments. But those adjustments, they're not the coaches. It comes down to the kids. Now you have to want it. You have to want to make those adjustments.
Thank you.
Stop blaming the coaches for this. No, the kids got to be disciplined.
You see this. You hear that on every level, though.
Yeah.
As far as stuff like this happens, is always the coach. That's not the coach. The coach is not out there on the field.
Yeah, you got to make those adjustments. So it'll be a 1st and 32. And Jefferson has had it'll be 4th down at the 32-yard line. Jefferson has had great field position. I want to say at the 20 or 21-yard line and in twice from Spring Mills, and they have not scored either time.
Yeah, Spring Mills got to feel good. I mean, you're down 14, but it could easily be more. But I mean, you're holding them. You're playing solid.
Yeah. So 4th and 20. Obviously you're going to see them go to the end zone. They throw the ball up to Isaiah Fritz, and the ball is batted down. It'll be a 1st and 10, Spring Mills.
Penalties will kill you every time.
Yeah.
Penalties will kill you every time. Good job, Spring Mills.
And we seen this last week, when Jefferson had a chance to win, against Musselman. And you're seeing this Spring Mills right now. It's just Spring Mills hasn't been able to get that offense moving to put that pressure, on Jefferson. But, I think that Craig goes in, to the half fairly upset.
Yeah, you're not feeling. If you're Jefferson, you're not feeling good. You're not feeling good about first half. If you're Jefferson, you're not feeling good. If you're Spring Mills, you're feeling great. Good run.
Great run right there. Great run. And I think, that's one of those situations that, you do go and you say, all right, we haven't played our best football, but we're potentially leading 14-0 going into the half. Let's reset. Let's come back out in the second half. Let's play Jefferson High School football. And if you're Spring Mills, you're thinking, you know what? We've been put in some bad situations on the defense, and our defense has rose to the occasion twice.
We can they can just muster a little bit of offense. They can catch Jefferson sleeping.
Yes, and to be honest with you, momentum is a very big thing. All Spring Mills needs to do right now is get a big play. Maybe steal a touchdown going into the half. And then you come out and you have all this pressure mounted on Jefferson because everything has gone your way and you really haven't done anything with it. So with 28 seconds left in the second quarter, scores 14-0 on Jefferson. The freshman rolls out and he is tracked down and sacked by Tayshawn Roper. And I think that will probably end the half.
That'll do it. Don't run anymore.
I think you just go into the half.
Don't run anymore.
You tell your freshman, you played fairly well.
Right.
They've gotten a lot of pressure.
Let's pack it up.
Also, that was a sack. That was a sack by Gidney.
Yeah.
Mr. Gidney.
Yeah.
That's a family tradition. The Gidneys have been a staple on the Jefferson offense for a long time, and this is what I like to see with Quentin Goins. Quentin was the starting quarterback to start the season, and he lost his job. But every single time that Jefferson has done something really well, Quentin is the first person out there to greet his players.
That's what you want to see.
And that's a leader right there.
Exactly. That's what you want to see.
So at the half, we have Jefferson 14 and Spring Mills nothing. We'll be back at Home Team Sports TV.
Meet Cheryl Yates at ERA Liberty Realty. With over 30 years of experience, Cheryl provides each of her clients with the best level of customer service, along with helping families with the next phase of their life. The buying and selling process comes natural to Cheryl, as her understanding of the housing market allows her the ability to answer any questions that may arise. With offices in both Jefferson and Berkeley counties, she works hard to ensure the outcome you deserve. Cheryl is the key to selling or buying your home.
Second move. TV 10. High school football game. TV 10, Martinsburg High School football game. Martinsburg High School football game. something if they want to say something about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'd like to announce our 50-50 raffle winner. The proceeds go to our football team. The winning ticket number is 588644. Again, the winning 50-50 raffle ticket number is 588644. Take your ticket and claim it at the front gate.
Call us today, 303-263-334. Help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia. Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Hi, I'm Annette McDonald, and I am the designer at Orsini's in Martinsburg.
City National Bank is celebrating nearly 30 years in the Eastern Panhandle. For personal and business banking, mortgages, and loans, find out why so many City National Bank customers are satisfied with the service they receive. Switch to City National Bank now and earn $100 bonus. Certain restrictions apply. Go to bank.city.com or see your nearest City National Bank branch for details. City National Bank, FDIC equal housing lender.
Want to drive a Bose Equinox Chevrolet or Toyota? Why not? They give you great prices, great selection, and a lifetime powertrain warranty. All these Chevrolets and Toyotas and most pre-owned vehicles come standard with a lifetime powertrain warranty. You can beat the price.
Yeah, I'm good. What's up?
150 new and used vehicles annually, including certified Toyota, Chevrolet Toyota,
Hey. Somebody just texted they can hear me through the feed talk. All right, I turned it off.
1982.
But yeah, I'm good. Take a little break.
Bro, you getting good shots.
Thanks.
We have dedicated our time and resources committing back to the communities in which we work and live in. For all your residential and commercial real estate needs, contact Rick or Dave Hill at 304-263-3971. Hill & Hill PLC is located at 85 Aiken Center, just off Avonville Boulevard in Martinsburg. Best wishes to the Spring Mills Cardinals this season. Ladies and gentlemen, you are the contractor. Silver's Custom Paving is a professional, locally owned expert company with years of experience in residential and commercial paving. Whether to sidewalks, parking lot, or driveway, we will understand your needs, budget, and time frame to execute the services for your
Florida State 7-7. 2 minutes left, King.
Silver's Custom Paving. Contact us for a free estimate.
Meet Cheryl Yates at ERA Liberty Realty. With over 30 years of experience, Cheryl provides each of her clients with the best level of customer service, along with helping families with the next phase of their life. The buying and selling process comes natural to Cheryl, as her understanding of the housing market allows her the ability to answer any questions that may arise. With offices in both Jefferson and Berkeley counties, she works hard to ensure the outcome you deserve. Cheryl is the key to selling or buying.
And we are back at Spring Mills High School, where we have the homestanding Spring Mills Cardinals, ranked number 14 in the state, versus the 1-2 Jefferson High School Cougars. Jefferson leads this game 14-0 going into the third quarter, where they will receive the ball. I am joined by my co-host Damon Smith,
What up?
Producer Harry Brown, Shalinka Jacobs, Janady Amir Ahmed, and Kevin Brewster. Thank you guys for everything you've done to make this broadcast possible and make this broadcast as good as it has been. Kevin Brewster, amazing shots and footage down on the field, so definitely thank you for that. Damon, we talked about it a little bit before the 20-minute halftime. Even though Jefferson is leading 14-0, you feel like you kick yourself in the butt a little bit, because you feel like they've wasted a lot of opportunity. They should definitely be up at least 28-0 right now, but it's not what you should have been up is what it is.
Right.
And that is credit to the amazing defense of Spring Mills. And Spring Mills played Musselman very tough, the same way. That game was 14-0 going into the fourth quarter. So this team is not very far away. But if you're Jefferson, you're going into the half, and obviously it's been something that's been a consistent issue with the Jefferson team. What do you tell them about the penalties and some of the things that just been plaguing them throughout the whole season?
It's positioning. As far as the holding, it's positioning. A lot of people don't understand that, but I mean that's what it is. You're in the wrong position, and you go out to reach, or you just get beat. You get beat because slow feet don't eat. Yeah, so if you get beat, now you're trying to hold to keep your whoever has the ball from getting hit. So you just go out there and start grabbing. So you gotta get on your toes. I mean, you gotta pick it up. For Jefferson, period, they gotta pick it up. They're sleepwalking.
Yeah, and you gotta step up to the challenge. You gotta step up to the challenge, because the thing about it is, before last year, I don't think that people had those high expectations. And then now, you're coming off of going 10-2 last year, and you have these studs coming back in the wide receiver core that are state champions in track. There's a lot more expectations on these kids, and they have to be able to play with the expectation. So, in coming back, I'm going to go over the halftime scores around the state of West Virginia. We have Highland Springs, Virginia, up 21-0 over number 1 ranked Martinsburg. We have a 0-0 tie between number 2 Parkersburg South and number 4 Parkersburg. A 0-0 tie for North Marion and Brook. Morgantown is leading Hedgesville 28-21. So those Hedgesville Eagles are definitely a much improved team. Hurricane is leading Spring Valley 14-12. Musselman is leading Sharando 7-0. Huntington is beating George Washington 14-7. Willing Park is down to University 20-7. Bluefield and Woodrow Wilson tied at 7. Jefferson leading 14-0 over Spring Mills. John Marshall is pounding Buchanan Upshur 31-0. Washington and Independence 0-0 right now. Oak Hill and Lincoln County 0-0. Hampshire and Parkview 0-0. Ripley and Marietta, Ohio 0-0. Cable Midland is beating South Charleston 14-0. And Capital is leading St. Albans 13-0. And Stewart's Draft, Virginia is beating Greenbrier East 14-3. So those are the scores around the state of West Virginia. We will have Spring Mills kicking off. And I wonder if Spring Mills might try some trickery and get like an onside kick or something.
There it is. Oh, he hit him.
He hit him a little too early.
He hit him too early.
Yeah, I don't think the ball ever even got to the 50-yard line.
There was no flag.
Yeah, the ball never got to the 50-yard line, so I think it's going to be Jefferson ball.
Referee never said.
Yeah. But
No flag,
I mean,
no.
the ball never even reached the 50.
Right.
So it's going to be Jefferson ball. And once again,
Well, he can't hit him. No.
you want to know, hey, can you guys start calling me the Swami? Start calling me the Swami because and you guys can go back and watch YouTube at Home Team Sports TV. Coach King was 2 for 2. Call me the Swami, the Black Chris Berman.
There you go.
Oh, I love it here.
Well,
man.
all right.
I love it here. As Dylan Herrick will take over at the 48-yard line, the quick inside handoff to Evan Toole, and he is bottled up at the 46-yard line, the 47-yard line for a gain of 1. Spring Mills comes out a little bit hype to start the second half.
They feel good. They're only down. Hey, look, all you got to do is Jefferson makes one mistake, we're back in it.
You can tell they're confident. And obviously you've seen that gamble coming out of the half. And just like, and seeing young teams and seeing how the score, it's 14-0, you just realize that they're willing to take that gamble. Since Fritz in motion, that will go down as a pass. And their speed.
They're flying.
Spring Mills is flying as well.
They're flying to the ball.
And Jefferson is not able to get that outside. So pretty much what it's been is both teams have forced the other team. Their quarterbacks, you're going to have to make plays down the field. They're not going to let you run quarterback draws. They're not going to let you run 2-yard screen passes. You're going to have to make good reads and make passes down the field to be able to get those explosive plays to get a touchdown. And if Jefferson is stopped right here, this will be their third possession inside Spring Mills territory with good field position. They haven't capitalized. And the ball is picked off by Spring Mills. And it'll be a 1st and 10 Spring Mills.
That's what they was waiting on. There it is. They're sitting on it. They're sitting on it. You have to go up top once in a while.
And you watch them play, and you watch those tendencies, and they know right now that Herrick loves those shorter routes, those short rhythm routes.
You got to go up top once in a while. Soften the coverage up. They're sitting on that little stuff.
And it'll be a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line of Jefferson High School. Ronald Swartz in the backfield. Well, actually, that's a pistol. That's a great run. And that's a flag.
The flag on
the play. Let's see who is going to be on. And the referee is telling him to come back.
Hold it.
And that's something that I love. Is I've seen the last couple of weeks the player, like last week, Ray Adams got the interception, and then the first play they went deep to Ray Adams and he scored. Right play, number 24, he got the interception, and then they went back and they ran, they ran the ball with him. And he has that Ezekiel Elliott helmet right now. I was watching First Take with Stephen A. Smith today.
Come on, man.
And he said that Ezekiel Elliott, his helmet looked like a Power Ranger. So Spring Mills will lose 6 yards. It'll be 1st and 16 from the Jefferson 48-yard line. We'll go back in the power pistol. Hand off. Back. And it'll be a gain of 4 yards.
But if you're looking at it, Spring Mills is shooting themselves in the foot just like Jefferson is. The penalties are killing them also. You could have all the momentum, but once you start getting them penalties, that'll all go downhill real quick.
And it does, and and the thing is, you want to see improvement, throughout the game, throughout the weeks, and that's just hopefully things can continue to progress. And we haven't seen the freshmen out here. We've seen 3 plays, and they've run this power pistol all 3 times.
Spring Mills has got to do something different.
Spring Mills, they've got to try to get the ball down the field. They got to attack those seams, attack down the field, to soften Jefferson's defense up a little bit. They're running more like that 46, 1985 Chicago Bears defense.
But both teams look identical. They're doing the same thing. Both of them are pretty much doing the same thing. Jefferson throws the ball a little bit more, but they're only throwing 10-yard hitches. But both teams look identical. It's just a lot of running, nothing going deep.
And it'll be 3rd and 10 from the Jefferson 41-yard line. And you would think with the aggressiveness that Spring Mills has had that you would think this could be 2-down territory. But we'll see, with the score being 14-0, not really wanting to get out of hand. Maybe they will punt and and just play the law of percentages that hopefully something can crack. And it looks like that's what they're going to do.
Let's see if Jefferson can make another mistake. I'll punt it. But you got to make sure you're on them outsides. You got to better rally quick.
Yeah, and I'm going to punt this ball out of bounds as well.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's a smart idea. And it might bounce off of somebody. You never know. And to be honest with you, and that's what it looks like Spring Mills is going to need. They're going to need the ball, they're going to need a short field to get that first touchdown, to crack that seal, so to speak, so that at that point, then they'll feel a little more comfortable, a little bit more confident. They're just waiting for that one big play just to be able to say, exhale, and then let's play ball.
What they got to do? All right.
Exhale. I was taking Lamar's class with my wife while she was pregnant.
There's nobody in the middle of the field.
Herrick in the backfield. You try to get him to jump off sides, but it does not work.
There's nobody in the middle of the field except for the referee.
Let's see if they take that shot with a post. Herrick back, snap is high. He takes off running and
that was it. It almost happened.
An errant pass by Herrick is batted down by the Spring Mills defender, and it would be 2nd and 10. And it's just obviously neither team has any continuity on the offensive side of the ball. So we'll have 2nd and 10 with 8 minutes and 20 seconds left in the third quarter. Herrick in the back, trips to the left.
Can I say it again? There's nobody in the middle of the field.
And Evan Toole is wrapped up. And let's be honest, Damon, Spring Mills is now in that same mode that Jefferson's defense is in. Yeah. Where they just literally just sent the house and said, you know what, hey, right now you got to prove you can beat me.
Right.
So it will be a 3rd and 12 from the Spring Mills 18-yard line. And what did we just speak about as well? Spring Mills wants a short field. And I just wonder if they're going to give Max Anderson a chance in this game to get back there to see maybe what he can do. They send a blitz. A great pass by Herrick to Spencer Powell. And Damon, just what you just said, the middle of the field is wide open. To be completely honest with you, especially with a young quarterback, it's the easiest part of the field to pick apart because you really don't have to read from right to left. You just look straight ahead. And I think that was a great call by Will Grantham and Craig Hunter to get that confidence. And as you know, in playing the game,
he needs that.
In playing the game, confidence breeds confidence. You wouldn't be shocked if Jefferson now goes down the field and be able to threaten to put points on the board.
Got to do that. Got to do it again. Not right here, but you got to do stuff like that.
So it'll be a 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. Yeah, they're going to force him to have to beat him the whole time. Herrick, inside handoff to Evan Toole. And
that's a good run.
And Evan Toole runs away from the defender, and he is caught and tackled, and he fumbles. And the fumble is recovered by Spring Mills, and it'll be 1st and 10 Spring Mills. And that was a great play by the Spring Mills defender. He went to tackle him, and he ripped the ball out. And that is a great play by Spring Mills. And Spring Mills will take over at the 34-yard line, 1st and 10 Cardinals. And I would like to take this time to thank our sponsors, VFW Post 3522, HG's Barbecue and Soul Food Catering, Catro Law, Quality Lawn Care by Chris Page, Quintez McDonald Gibson at Integrity Home Mortgage, Neil Powell at Down Home Insurance, and Money Mart Training. And it will be a 1st and 10 Cardinals. at the 33-yard line of Spring Mills, we will see another Wildcat. It's Wildcat again.
Whoa.
And it'll be another penalty.
These teams are identical.
They are.
They are identical. Penalties and turnovers are killing both of these teams.
It's killing both of the teams, but it's also a pattern. Like it's been a behavior that's established that both of these teams have a lot of self-inflicted damage. So if you wait them out, right now they've kind of shown that they will they'll kick themselves in the foot. Or shoot themselves in the foot is what they say.
Right. I wasn't going to say nothing. He did it again.
And another false start by the Cardinals. So after creating a turnover to get momentum, your first two plays after that are 2 5-yard penalties, and now you're first and 20 from the 22-yard line instead of being first and 10 from the 32.
Right.
And that's a young team, but at some point, when you're 14, 15, 16 years old, you got to make those adjustments. So with 7 minutes and 1 second
scoreboard
left.
has first and 30. That's a short 30. That's a short 30.
Yeah, it's definitely first and 20.
Right.
So first and 20, and they will call a timeout. And Coach Sims, he sensed that, hey, we had the momentum. I don't want to totally lose that. I would rather use a timeout to kind of get us settled back in as opposed to, having 2 penalties and then come out and having a bad play. And next thing you know, it is 2nd and 27, 2nd and 25. And every single piece of momentum you have gained is now lost. So that was a great timeout by a great coach and Coach Sims. So right now, I would definitely like to take this chance, to thank our sponsors, VFW Post 3522, Quintez McDonald Gibson at Integrity Home Mortgage, Chris Page at Quality Lawn Care, Neil Powell at Down Home Insurance, L&L Handyman Services, Money Mart Training, Catro Law, and HG's Barbecue and Soul Food Catering. Damon, my wife texted me the other day. She said she thinks it's time for some more HG's barbecue. So I think I might have to spring for some HG's barbecue coming up. If you guys, yeah, I got a lot of napkins. You gotta have your toothpicks ready because this finger looking good.
Got a lot of napkins.
So it'll be first and 20 from the 22-yard line. Schwartz rocks back. Oh! He throws the ball up.
He's
wide open. And he misses just a little bit too much.
He had Evan. Evan was carding.
Hey, he got past him.
He got past him. Looking in the backfield.
And what's that saying?
Ooh, that was
if
it.
He's even, he is leaving. And they quickly put Powell back in at safety because in your safety responsibility, you got to see on the other side of the field somebody gets behind. And Mr. Martinez let him get behind the defense, and that was the play. Damon, that was the play they've been looking for.
That was it.
That's that play to get up, make it 14-7, and the whole game changes. The whole landscape of the game changes.
Now you start playing tight.
And Ryland Schwartz is going to be a problem at the quarterback position. And now look, you see he's more confident.
Yep.
He's slinging the ball right now. He just stood in the face of pressure and took a big hit and threw a dime. Just a little bit too much. But obviously you see the arm strength.
I see it. So Jefferson let them stick around. Yeah. Might bite him in the butt here in a little bit.
This is a talented freshman right here.
Yeah.
So it will be 3rd and 14 from the Spring Mills 29-yard line with 6 minutes and 24 seconds left in the third quarter. And this is what I wanted to see the whole game. I wanted to see them have that confidence in the freshmen to let that thing go. Schwartz backs up.
They're coming.
And he drops
They're
back.
Coming.
And he is going to be.
They're coming.
He throws the ball.
Nice. Oh.
I'm going to tell you this.
A lot of respect for this kid.
I'm going to tell you this. By the end of the game, I guarantee you those Jefferson defenders are going to be tapping that freshman.
Oh, they already did just now.
Yes, and just telling him, hey, man, we respect you.
Yep.
And we know that you're going to be somebody that we're going to have to game plan for the next 3 seasons. So this freshman is also the punter.
Hey.
And he angles the ball kicked out of bounds, and it'll be out of bounds at the Jefferson 41-yard line. That's another good punt.
Yeah.
It's another good punt. And actually, I've been hearing about Rowland for years. I've been hearing about the Spring Mills feeder program that they had that was highly successful in that Maryland league. And Rowland has been a player that has been nabbed for years. So it's definitely good to finally get to see him play.
I like it.
All the hype is definitely justified. And, it's him playing over these next 6 or 7 games is only going to make him even more lethal coming into his sophomore year next year. This kid is going to be something. So Herrick back in the pistol with trips to the right. He takes a snap. He stares on the barrel.
Got him.
He sees Bub Shayton down the middle of the field and dropped by Bub Shelton. You going to say it again, Damon? These teams mirror each other?
Mirror. You're watching identical teams here.
Yeah, you gotta.
But I'm eating the middle of that field up if I'm Jefferson.
Yeah.
I'm eating the middle of that field. If they're not going to put a safety back there.
And they have Powell. I mean they're playing 10 yards off of him, but it's just like you said, you gotta be able to eat that middle up. And Spring Mills sends the blitz. Herrick gets to the outside. He throws the ball out of bounds. And it will be third and.
I think after the 2 fumbles in the first half, I think they told him, hey, just throw it away.
Well, yeah, you don't want to do too much. Especially when you're young. When you get to the point where you try to do too much, at that point, obviously, you know what happens. You start to make plays that aren't there. And then at that point, that's when you make turnovers. And Jefferson's leading 14-0 right now. So if they stay the course, they're going to walk away potentially with the win. But if the quickest thing to turn a game over is a turnover. Spring Mills sends another blitz.
Has to be. Oh,
and the ball is outside the Fritz. He makes the reception up the field, the spin move, and it'll be a 1st and 10 Jefferson. And I tell you sometimes.
Flag on the play.
It's number 51. Because he got the last.
Bring it back.
He had the last penalty.
Hold it.
So it'll be a holding again on number 51 from Jefferson.
Mirror each other.
Yeah. It seems like every single time, Jefferson makes a great play, there's a holding penalty. So, and watching this game, and you kind of just gotta make those. You gotta make those mental adjustments. So Jefferson will lose that first down to Fritz, and it will be a 3rd and
20.
We'll see. It's a spot foul.
Oh yeah, that's
it's
right.
A spot foul.
That's right. 3rd and a lot.
So it's 3rd and 27.
3rd and a lot.
It is 3rd and 27.
Oh my.
3rd and 3 days.
And a quick screen to Powell, and this will not get it done. And it will be a 4th down. This Spring Mills defense has been lethal today.
8 for the Cougars. Couple of yards of the play.
And this has to go to the great coaching of Coach Sims. Coach Sims has kept his team locked in. They're young. You can see them. They're pretty small right now, and they're going to be in the weight room. These kids are going to look totally different next year.
Right.
If they're competing with this Jefferson team this year, then like I said, obviously, going forward, it bodes well for this Spring Mills Cardinals program. Jefferson with his first punt. And it's a great punt.
Good punt.
It was a real good punt. And good job by Mr. Gidney. And he bats the ball down to the 33-yard line before it bounced forward. And Jefferson will take over it. Or Jefferson will start their defensive possession with Spring Mills taking over at the 33-yard line.
I want to see a possession without
penalties.
Without penalties.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just something that obviously you just hope that they can make some adjustments. Both teams can make some adjustments, and just try to play 16 minutes of good football.
Right.
Good, sound, clean football. So Martinez is back at safety. Let's see if Spring Mills tries to take advantage of that. That again. Jefferson sends the blitz. Nasir Jacobs gets through. And the ball is picked off by Mr. Martinez. And it'll be a 1st and 10 Jefferson. And that was a situation. There's a penalty flag. There's a penalty. A holding on Spring Mills, which will be declined. And that's a situation where Jefferson said, hey, if you're going to do this to my quarterback, we're going to do the same thing to yours. And, it forced them into a turnover. And in that situation, and when Ryland watches the film, watches film study, he'll realize it's okay to take a sack right there or throw the ball away. Not throw it up, but throw the ball away and live to fight another day.
I think they thought they was going to get that same play that, they had Tool beat deep. In the last possession, they tried to do it on the other side that time, and safety was back there for the help.
Yeah, and I think also it was just one of those things where they're just looking for that one thing. And Spring Mills is coming. Spring Mills is coming.
Throw the ball away.
And Herrick, instead of throwing the ball right there, he throw the ball away right there. He runs out of bounds for a 5-yard loss. So it would be a loss of 5.
I mean, we could say, he's young. He probably didn't know right now, but at some point, we got to stop saying it. Yeah. And that's with both teams. We got to stop saying, well, they're young. At some point, we got to stop saying that, making that an excuse.
Yeah, it's no longer an excuse. The 4th game into the season, And I think, saying, and that's what we want to provide at Home Team Sports TV. Yes, we want to provide clean commentary, but we just also want to, we want to hold these kids to a standard so high that they achieve greatness.
Yeah.
And that doesn't just mean on the football field.
Right.
That's just in life, period. If we hold our babies in the community accountable, I think we'll continue to raise very highly productive citizens. And I think in these communities, we have great kids, very, very good kids. So, I just definitely grateful to even be here today. But that's what we're doing when we had this commentary. We just want to hold these kids accountable and say, okay, you make these mistakes. Okay, now let's make these adjustments so that we don't see these mistakes next week. So it would be a timeout by the Jefferson Cougars. It'll be 3rd and 8 with 3 minutes and 52 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. And Damon, no offense for either team has been able to get themselves established.
Right.
And obviously there's been a lot of penalties, a lot of self-inflicted errors that have prevented drives from being sustained. What is something you want to see from both sides outside of what we've spoken about seeing a clean game, more of a crisp game? What else would you like to see from both sides to be able to see a more productive 3rd and 4th quarter?
More intensity, I know that. I think the intensity level is gone on both teams. And reason being, penalties.
Yeah.
Penalties and turnovers are, it'll just kill you. So everybody's just seems like both teams are going through the motions right now. A little bit more intensity. Like the crowd's not into it on either side. I mean, everybody's just sitting here.
Yeah.
There's no excitement right now.
I think everybody's just waiting to see something great happen.
Right.
And I think that's what everyone is waiting for. It's like, okay, we've seen some we see some errors, but let's just see if we can see some good stuff. It was like offsides on Spring Mills, but it wasn't called. But the out route is completed to Fritz, but he is tackled short.
That's a good hit.
And it would be a 4th and 1.
Probably, if it's offsides, oh no. Oh, never mind.
And Highland Springs report just scored again. It is 27-0. Highland Springs over Martinsburg in the 3rd quarter. So it'll be 4th and 1.
When is the last time you heard that?
It's been years, but Coach Sherman spoke about how much of a task this would be. The quarterback whammy, he did not get it.
He didn't get it.
He did not get it, and it will be first down Spring Mills. And that could be a little bit going to the well too much.
Too much. Too much. Well, I'm gonna tell you now, Evan Toole I think he's cramping. I've been watching him. If you watch him now, he's limping off the field. I've been watching him stretching a lot.
Yeah. So it would be 1st and 10, Spring Mills. But at that point in time, you would like to see a little bit of Roper then.
Roper.
If he's a talented sophomore, you gotta go trust the sophomore and let him do work.
Yeah.
So once again, Spring Mills will start out with Wildcat. Hand off to the running back, a gain of 4. So it will be 2nd and 6 from the Spring Mills 43-yard line. So Spring Mills, we've seen, the freshman quarterback Ryland score today. We've seen a lot of Wildcat. I think we've seen one shot down the field, if I'm not correct. I would like to see a double move. You got single high coverage, and you got single coverage on the up top. I would love to see a double high move, and that's a great run. And this is what I'm talking about with your linebackers. With your linebackers, you can't get dragged 5 yards. You gotta meet him with a level of physicality, and you put the boom on them. That play, both of those linebackers took the hit and got dragged for 5 yards for a first down.
Tackling too high.
Yeah, you're tackling too high. You gotta get low, shoot your head inside, and drive through them. So what happens, and also in these situations when the offenses can't get any continuity, is the defenses wear down, because the defenses have been on the field almost the whole game for both teams. So it will be 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line. Still in the power pistol. Nolan Meeline comes up, but he breaks through, another tackle, another gain of 6. And Spring Mills' line is starting to assert itself on this Jefferson defensive line.
Exactly.
We have a ball game, folks.
Exactly. There it goes.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, Coach Sims has his boys believing. They have their kids confident. You could obviously, that weight room right there. I can sit right there and speak to saying they're small, but they're getting stronger as the game is going on. And I just love that we're in for a great finish. Power pistol again. He takes a counter.
Ooh.
Jab step. Oh, he cuts it back, and it will be a first down Spring Mills.
I just saw a Jefferson player get
ankles broke,
blasted, coming through the line. They just opened the hole for him.
So it'll be 1st and 10 Cardinals.
You see what they're doing? Now they're just gonna wear them down.
Yes, because the thing about it is, with the score being 14-0, Spring Mills has never had to deviate away from their plan. They've never had to force their freshmen to have to throw the ball too much.
Right.
And that's what Spring Mills definitely hoped. I think Jefferson wanted 100% to have to force them to be able to have to make plays. But here we go.
Yep.
As soon as Spring Mills starts to get momentum, as soon as things start to become a little bit crisp, 5-yard penalty.
Quarterback got to slow down a little bit. I don't think he let everybody get set. So they started feeling themselves a little bit, and they just got up to the line, and before everybody got set, he went on and snapped the ball.
Yeah, a little too comfortable.
A little too excited.
Yep, a little too comfortable, a little too excited. So with 30 seconds left in the third quarter, the score still remains 14-0. No points scored in this third quarter. 23 seconds left, and Spring Mills has the ball driving at Jefferson's 46-yard line. Spring Mills continues to stay into the power pistol. Lead blocker, he follows the lead blocker up, and a beautiful gain.
They're getting
that's a gain of 7 right there.
7 yards a pop now. They see something.
So they're sending 2 lead blockers through the hole, and their running back is following their lead, following up their backs. gaining 6 to 7 yards a pop. So with Home Team Sports TV, we'll take a quick commercial break. From Spring Mills High School, Jefferson 14, Spring Mills 0. We'll be right back. And we are back at Spring Mills High School, where we have the Jefferson Cougars leading the Spring Mills Cardinals 14-0, with Spring Mills having its best drive of the game. It will be 2nd and 9 from the Jefferson 40-yard line. 12 minutes left. We're starting the fourth quarter. Spring Mills with the handoff. Another gain of 2, which will have it at 3rd and 7. And going forward, you would have to think that this is 4-down territory for the rest of the game.
It has to be. Way the game is going, you don't have too many possessions.
Yeah. In a report, thank you, Sean Holmes. Sharando is leading Musselman 26-24 at the end of the third. So let's go EPAC. Let's get this victory right there. And we'll be doing Musselman versus Hedgesville on October the 7th.
Volleyball.
Football.
Football?
Yeah. We had that football game to schedule.
Okay.
Home Team Sports TV.
Okay.
All your EPAC needs.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a great defense by Jefferson High School.
Oh my.
And they swarmed in the backfield.
Oh my.
You see that block by number 2 there? You see what Keon Mills
I
did?
saw it. That's what I was looking at.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking at.
That's one of those ones in film. You just yawning. You gotta go to the restroom.
Yeah. I'm the coach. I'm gonna keep it winding that. Look what happened.
Yeah, coach. I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom on this play. It's happening to all of us. Gotta go to the bathroom on this play, coach.
Yeah.
4th and 10 at the 41-yard line. The freshman is back in the game. Rylan Swartz takes his drop. He looks to the left. He throws the ball up. And the ball is batted down by number 25, Bub Shelton. And look at he comes back and makes the play. And it'll be 1st and 10, Jefferson at the Jefferson 41-yard line. And this is reminiscent of that Musselman game. The score was 14-0 going into the fourth quarter. Spring Mills just wasn't able to get the ball into the end zone. And then finally, Musselman was able to put a couple drives together, and next thing you know, they won 27-0.
All right, so Jefferson had a formation. They had trips, and they had Keyshawn at the slot.
Yeah.
I would like to see that again, because then you didn't have the. Oh, good.
And right there, obviously, I don't know if the sophomore has the ability to make an audible. But, you have the 6'4" senior receiver, single coverage with a single high safety with a 5'7" cornerback. At some point in time, you just got to take a chance.
Challenge.
You got to take that chance, especially after the change of possession. Your first play, you have the ability just to go for the throat. And a 3-yard carry by Evan Toole, actually a 1-yard carry. We'll have a 39. Jefferson at the Spring Mills 42-yard line with 9 minutes and 32 seconds left.
Like we said, you don't know how many more possessions you're going to get.
And Toole is definitely cramping. He's definitely limping right now. He's a little bit tight. And we seen the play last night. I don't know if you guys had a chance today to watch any first take. I was able to see some first take today. and they spoke about the Gerald Everett play last night. I don't know if you guys were able to see that play last night.
Good. Oh,
and Wally Shively runs out of bounds at the 38-yard line. That's the big tight end. What I said I'm ready.
Man, Swami.
Man, Swami, go ahead. Say it one more time.
Man, Swami. Oh, yeah.
Man, my pops loves those big tight ends, man.
Man, Swami.
So getting back to what I was saying is, last night Gerald Everett had a great play and he got tired and he asked to come out the game. The coach did not want the other team to be able to substitute, so they forced Gerald Everett to stay into the game. Okay, so they forced him to stay into the game, and they tried to throw the next pass to him. He had no gas, so he jogs the route. The cornerback cuts in front of the jog route, picks the ball off, runs it back for a 99-yard touchdown, and the Chiefs take the lead 24-17. So they said that the Chargers' probability of winning the game went from 71% to 13.
Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness.
You know, I know if that was the Washington Commanders, I think the Washington Commanders fans were probably expecting something like that to happen.
There it is again.
That's a beautiful pass and touchdown.
That wheel route.
Isaiah Fritz. And let me say Swami one more time, because then I just say that after that stop going into the fourth quarter, that Jefferson was going to score that touchdown, and that's exactly what happened.
Remember that
Musselman game. Yeah. So go back there and check the footage. Go back there and check the footage.
I don't remember that.
So what I said was, when Spring Mills played Musselman, this was the same game.
Okay.
I said it was 14-0 going into the fourth quarter.
Right.
I said Spring Mills couldn't get the ball into the end zone, and then Musselman scored 2 touchdowns to make the score the final 27-0. So Spring Mills just didn't get it in zone. Jefferson made the stop. Jefferson goes on the field and scores a touchdown. The score is 20-0. So listen, I'm going to say, the kick is blocked. So this is what I'm going to say. What I'm going to say is this. Swami strikes again.
Swami strikes again.
Swami strikes again.
Oh, okay.
But listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't gamble. I don't gamble. So don't call me if you want to play some numbers, because I can't help you. So the score is 20-0 with 8:45 left in the fourth quarter. Another touchdown pass from Herrick to Fritz, and now I think we are at that point where Spring Mills is now going to have to start to air the ball out a little bit. They're no longer able to just continue to pound the ball. That power pistol, you don't have the time. So I'm excited, to be completely honest with you, because I want to see what the freshmen can do when they finally just take the reins off of him and say, hey, big boy, go do what you do. Because I think you can.
If you're a coach for Spring Mills, you want to see it too.
Yeah, you do.
You want to see if he can handle himself.
Yeah, you do. You want to see him be able to drive his team down the field and make big plays, because going forward, and I could be wrong. I'm not Coach Sims and I'm not a high school coach, but it's kind of similar to the situation with Jimmy G and Trey Lance. Once you make that decision, you make that switch, and he's a freshman, you kind of made your decision at that point. At that time, you've kind of said, hey, this is what I'm doing.
Right.
So I don't see how you could go back. I mean, obviously, I don't know, and I don't want to sound disrespectful to the Spring Mills coaching staff, because I'm not a coach. But typically in those situations, when you go to the freshman, you're making your decision that, hey, this is what I want, going forward. This is what I plan to do. Here you go, Ryland. I'm giving you the keys.
Yeah.
So with 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line with 8:36 left, we will see a trips to the right.
There it is. Let's go ahead.
Cam Taylor with Keyshawn Robinson matched up on the left side. The power pistol running by the freshman, and he is tackled for a gain of 3. And then that's what we said. We don't have time for this.
You don't have time.
Right now, you gotta let that thing go, and see what and see what you can do.
You might not get the ball back after this possession.
No.
I mean, you still have 8 minutes, but Jefferson likes to run the ball too. So.
And Spring Mills has made the adjustment to be able to stop Jefferson's running game, because Jefferson's running game was pretty dominant in the first half, and in the second half, Spring Mills is kind of locked that down. So they've shown that they're a little bit physical, but you just gotta make that move. And a great spin move, but a tackle by the All-State honorable mention linebacker Nolan Beeline, and it would be 3rd and 7 with 7:42 left in the fourth quarter. And I like Nolan. Nolan is a sideline linebacker. He's physical.
Very physical.
Yeah, he's very physical. I love watching him play. So he's one of those linebackers that I know that in watching him play, once he gets his hands on you, most likely you're going down.
That was good pursuit by him too.
Yeah, very good pursuit. And with a fast wide receiver in Keon Mills. You see Nasir Jacobs back. You see Nasir Jacobs go back
to safety. Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I know I talked to his dad, so we're gonna be honest. We're family, real close family. And I talked to his dad, and I said, you ever thought of Sierra playing safety? And Jake was like, he plays linebacker, but Sierra got a safety body. He got a free safety. He got a free safety, strong safety body.
He's gonna come up there and
like a little
smack
LaRon
you too.
Landry.
Oh,
you know what I mean? A little bit of LaRon Landry or something.
He's gonna come up and smack you too.
Oh, he likes to hit.
Oh my! Think he heard footsteps?
Yeah, he heard those footsteps for sure. What was Nasir's nickname back in the day? Bam. Call him something. But playing for the Spartans back in the day, it was a man child. Go ahead and tell a story about when the Spartans beat the Bears in the JCYFL semifinals. I don't think those Bears fans want me to reminisce when Sierra broke that play for a touchdown.
He hit the way back machine.
I hit the way back machine.
Oh, that play.
That
punt was probably about 14 yards.
I'll be honest with you. That was one of the best Pee Wee games I think I've ever seen. So let me get the correction right. His nickname back in the day was Smash. That was his nickname back in the day. So like I said, he liked to hit, from a very, very early age. So Anthony Jacobs, Smash is what his nickname was.
Like Hawk Smash.
Hawk Smash.
I think he can play safety.
Oh, I do too. I do too. So Jefferson will take over at the Spring Mills 38-yard line. You'll see trips to the right. Bub Shelton
this
singled up on his left.
Want.
Let's see if Jefferson goes for the kill right here.
Steady your camera.
Oh, they run the read option. And it'll hand off to Toole.
Go for the kill. Go for the kill.
That's what I would have done. I'm taking that shot.
Go for the kill. At least on the first one.
I gotta get Spencer Powell. Yeah, I gotta throw that ball up once.
Or look, if they didn't go back to the formation. I'm saying if you have that formation, you have nobody in the middle of the field.
So now you got, and that's how much they respect Powell. They have two to one side, but the safety's still shaded over on the Powell side. So Jefferson will take the handoff, and Evan Toole breaks it through. He pulls him over.
There it is.
And once again, touchdown, Jefferson High School.
Well, you don't need to go deep if you can do that.
What's the score?
Swan. It's Swan.
Oh, man. 26-0. Jefferson High School. A great run by Evan Toole. Y'all ain't got to say it.
Oh, man.
So we would have the freshman combination, Axel Martinez and Jonathan Pineros for the extra point. The last one was blocked. Let's see if this one could be successful. The snap high. Axel gets the ball. He is a quarterback. Fire. He throws a bullet, and it would be for 2. Oh, did he drop it? Oh, he dropped the ball. Axel, that's a great play by Axel. We seen that a lot last year. Axel was striking last year at Wildwood Middle School. So the score is 26-0. The Jefferson High School Cougars over the Spring Mills Cardinals with 5:43 left in the fourth quarter. And I'm just going to be honest with you guys. You know, a lot of it is just being around the game for so long. You kind of start to see games replayed out. I've seen this type of game before where the team may be the more talented team. They're not making those plays to be able to extend that lead, but eventually, as teams wear down, you know, the more talented team does start to kind of, you know, exert themselves. And I seen it versus the Musselman and Jefferson are very evenly matched teams that we seen last week.
Right.
So it was a very similar game between Musselman and Spring Mills as it has been with Jefferson and Spring Mills. And I just kind of got that feeling that, okay, if it's 14-0, Jefferson has done everything to kind of keep you in the game. If you don't eventually capitalize, their talent is going to start to take over, and then now you're getting beat 26-0.
Exactly. You're exactly right, Swan.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to go by. You know.
You're exactly right, Swan.
Man, I love it here at Home Team Sports TV. Where you have the freshman kicking off. He kicks the ball deep. That's a great kick.
He's kicking better and better every game.
Ezekiel Elliott with the kickoff.
Oh,
he busted on the seam, and he is out of bounds. I wonder what helmet. Yeah, Jonathan is actually a pretty talented defensive lineman for the JV team. But I wonder what helmet those are. You know, because I see number 14 has one. I'm trying to look, but whoever this, I didn't get to see the number of who just ran that kickback. But no, these helmets have very unique shapes now.
Yeah, they do. Those
and it does kind of look like a Power Ranger. No, it does. Man, I'm gonna tell y'all an embarrassing story. I'm gonna put myself out there, man.
Like Power Rangers?
Stop, man. Let me tell a story, man. Let me go ahead and tell.
He breaks it!
He's gone. And if he's even, he's leaving. And Sarah's coming. That's just but touchdown, Spring Mills Cardinals.
They're not going anywhere. We got
a flag on the play.
Oh, no.
We got a flag on the play.
He said bring it back.
Please don't say it's going back.
Oh, my.
Please don't say it's going back.
Oh, my.
Holding on Spring Mills.
Oh, my.
Somebody get the referee.
Oh, my.
So two things on that play. One, that young man has speed. But two, Nasir Jacobs is fast.
He was coming.
And this is why we said that he may have a future at the strong safety position.
Man, I wanted that one for that young man too.
Me too. I definitely wanted that. For Spring Mills because they've just been that split second, that tick away from having that explosive play. They just haven't been able to get it.
I look at the roster. I don't see how many senior Spring Mills has.
They don't have very many. So this is going to be a very, very talented team in the future. So with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, Jefferson remains leading 26-0. The handoff to the running back, and he breaks through again, and he seems like he's fresh. He has those fresh legs. And I think that's something that you see a lot in the pros. And you see in the pros, like in the first quarter, second quarter, you may see that feature back. But in the third quarter, you start to see those spell backs come in, that second and third string come in with those fresh legs, and they start to be able to break some big plays. And I love what Coach Sims is doing with his new running back. And I tell you, man, Spring Mills has weapons. They're going to be big.
I've counted 6.
6 seniors
maybe
total.
I missed. Maybe
and Ron Spoke with a cutback. Great run. And it was 1st and 20 for Spring Mills, and they got 20 yards in 2 plays running the ball. So that's definitely.
I think Jefferson putting their starting line, they back in.
Yeah, because for Jefferson, coming off of those 2 straight losses, you don't want to end this game on a sour note.
Right.
You want them to stay focused. You want them to stay locked in. Obviously, I see a couple different linebackers in the game.
Yeah.
So it's definitely some rotational players. I don't see Powell. I don't see Robinson out there. But, that's no limit line. And what did we say?
They put him back in.
Yeah, and what did we say? Like, when he hits you, you go down.
Oh, my.
He's only a junior, so he's coming back next year. And you can tell he's been in the weight room. I've actually seen him come, to some of, my son's practices at Wildwood. And, I talk about weight room bodies. So, like, I'm just going to be real. When I go and I see some of those Martinsburg kids out at a game or whatever it may be, they have weight room bodies. And Nolan Milan has a weight room body. And this is what we're talking about putting that work in the gym. When you put that work in the gym, your body is going to show it.
Good.
And that's a great job, Mr. Gitney.
Oh. Watch out, young man. Get out of the way.
And what the kids have to realize is as they get into 7th and 8th grade, you have to put that work in outside of just showing up and thinking that you're able to perform. Because at the higher levels, that weight room is the determining factor into being an average kid or an elite athlete. So for you guys at home, if you're sitting with your kids around your couch and you're watching football and your son's a football player, please, 14, 15 years old, get them in that gym. Even beforehand, you can do some push-ups, sit-ups, go out and run, get your cardio, whatever. Band work. Just get them in the gym and get them ready and get that pattern of behavior already set that I have work to do outside of just playing on Saturdays, outside of just playing on a Wednesday or a Thursday. You have to get your body right in the weight room. And with Nolan, I want to say that you could definitely tell that Nolan's been in the gym. Jacobs, you could tell he's been in the gym, and that's what you want to see. And as these years go by, you want to see the bodies change. You want to see the bodies evolve.
Tayshawn, he's another one.
Yeah. So it is 4th and 18 from the 47-yard line. With 1 minute and 34 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Spring Mills is letting the clock tick. So we have time to thank our sponsors, HD's Barbecue and Soul Food Catering, our player of the game and title sponsor, Catro Law, VFW Post 3522, Quintez McDonald Gibson at Integrity Home Mortgage, Chris Page at Quality Lawn Care, and Money Mart Training. And I tell you, Marcus is an amazing trainer. If your kid loves basketball, please get your kid to Marcus Roper. He's done great work for my son and others. He's even more of a great human being.
I have a couple of my
He's an amazing
girls
human
off my
being.
basketball team. A couple girls off my basketball team go to Marcus.
Yeah, Marcus is
love
amazing. So Jefferson will run this clock out. Evan Toole breaks one. And a great block by Keyshawn Robinson. Evan Toole is tackled at the 20-yard line. And with 1 minute and 6 seconds left in the 4th quarter.
Somebody's hurt.
We would have an injury on the field.
Tools down, too.
And right now,
I think he's cramping.
Yeah, he's cramping. And right now, this is where you would hope that your player, like your coach, can kind of look over to the other sideline, make that nonverbal communication like, hey, if we kneel, don't call any timeouts. Yeah. Let's just get out of this game healthy. Let's get these kids back Monday, get them back in the weight room. Get that. Tomorrow, wake up, be able to get to the trainer, get whatever you need to do, and we'll come back to perform another day. So the EPAC will look like this, and if anybody has the Hedgesville score, please get that to us. But what's looking like that Highland Springs is going to get the big win over Martinsburg, which will send Martinsburg to 3-1. The Spring Mills and Jefferson will be 2-2. Musselman is in a battle with Sharando, so if Musselman wins, they'll be 3-1. A loss will put them at 2-2. Hedgesville's 3-0, so if anybody has that score, please get that to us. So it just looks like the EPAC is a little bit more competitive top to bottom this season, and let's be real. Martinsburg's playing against a very strong elite team in Virginia, so Martinsburg is Martinsburg, but all these teams are getting a lot better, and I think that things are trending towards the Eastern Panhandle being a little bit more competitive going forward, with all the teams being top notch. And the handoff to Tayshawn Roper and the speed. If he's even, he's leaving. And touchdown, Jefferson Cougars.
It's too fast.
32-0 over Spring Mills. And we got to see those fresh legs when Spring Mills brought their running back in, who unfortunately had his run called back for a touchdown. But obviously you've seen Tayshawn Roper come in. The team's a little bit worn down and tired. And with his speed, if he's even, he's leaving. And we just have a report: the Musselman Applemen have beat the Sharando Warriors 30-26.
All right.
So they will go to 3-1.
All right.
Man, Musselman, man, Brian Thomas, man, that guy is a beast. He's like the Bill Belichick. For real, man. It doesn't matter what team he has, what kind of talent that he has. He always gets the best of them. They always play real hard.
Yeah.
They're always a hard nose. I think last week was kind of like the first week I've ever seen him kind of undisciplined.
Mm-hmm.
But man, that guy, man.
Hey.
He has some great coaches in the EPAC, man.
Man.
He has some great coaches in the EPAC.
I want to know what that Hedgesville score.
Me too.
That was tight.
Me too. Somebody get me that Hedgesville score if you can. The score is not being updated on Metro News. So if anybody can give me that score of the Hedgesville game, it would be great. If anybody can give me the score of the Washington Patriots game, that would be great too. So with 51.9 seconds left in the fourth quarter, Jefferson is leading the Spring Mills Cardinals 33-0. And Damon, do you know the last time Jefferson had a shutout?
No, I don't.
If anybody could get me that information, when the last time, we can just get
go back in the
last time they
archives
got a
with
shutout. Yeah, Harry Brown has said 1921.
Just joking, guys. Just joking.
But what he was saying in that sense, it was kind of like
good tackle.
What Harry was saying in that sense was not, and I want to make sure I clarify this. Every single time when you talk to somebody old school, the story always goes back to the World War I or World War II. So it is kind of funny, when you hear that story. That's what they said. Oh, back in my day. Yeah, I bet. I bet your knee went out, huh? That's what everybody says. I could have went D1 with my knee.
Hey, this is my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Then remember when you got the piece of hair in your throat when my dad was cutting your hair as a child? You want to tell the viewers that story?
We seriously gonna do this right now. We seriously gonna
48.3 seconds left in the fourth quarter. That's a strong run. That's a
nice
big run right there.
Nice run. Nice tackle. Oh, they got Keyshawn back in the game.
Man, the reason why I say that, you never know how many times we get to broadcast together. But that was one of the most fun stories of my life to this day. When my little cuz got some, well, I say my big cuz. I don't know if I say little cuz. My big cuz got some hair in his throat when my dad. My dad was a home barber. You want to get your cut. Right, you want to get your cut. You want to get your cut first or second because them clippers start burning. And Spring Mills will let the rest of the clock run out. And this is an amazing game by both teams. The Jefferson High School Cougars 33 and the Spring Mills Cardinals 0. We will take a quick commercial break. We will come back with the scores around the state. We will have an interview with a player of the game. So once again, Jefferson 33, Spring Mills 0. We'll be right back at the quick commercial break.
Meet Cheryl Yates at ERA Liberty Realty. With over 30 years of experience, Cheryl provides each of her clients with the best level of customer service, along with helping families with the next phase of their life. The buying and selling process comes natural to Cheryl, as her understanding of the housing market allows her the ability to answer any questions that may arise. With offices in both Jefferson and Berkeley counties, she works hard to ensure the outcome you deserve. Cheryl is the key to selling or buying your home.
And we're back at Spring Mills High School, where we have the Jefferson Cougars beating the number 14th ranked Spring Mills Cardinals 33-0. We will have the player of the game, Isaiah Fritz, along with the winning coach, Verding Craig Hunter, coming up. Right now, Martinsburg is down 34-0 to Highland Springs. Morgantown is beating Hedgesville 42-27. Washington is down to Independence 49-7. And we have Musselman coming back to beat the Sharando Warriors 30-26. So what it looks like is Spring Mills will go to 2-2. Jefferson will go to 2-2. Hedgesville will be 3-1. Musselman will be 3-1. And Martinsburg will be 3-1. So you have 3 EPAC teams at 3-1. You have 2 EPAC teams at 2-2. And unfortunately, we do have Washington going to 0-4 with a tough loss to Independence High School. And in going back over the game and what we've seen through the game is we kind of got to see some of the mistakes. But finally in the fourth quarter, Jefferson was able to relax. They were able to calm themselves and let their athletes shine. And we've seen Fritz, with 2 touchdown passes. We've seen amazing running from Evan Toole and Roper. Great defense. That is their, in the correction, that is their second shutout in the last 2 years, as they were able to shut out South Hagerstown last season. So Jefferson was able to showcase the firepower they have if they didn't make those self-inflicted mistakes. And that is what Coach Hunter said he wanted to see in his pregame. His kids play some crisp, sound football and to be able to make those adjustments. And in the fourth quarter, they did, and that bodes well with Jefferson going in next week to North Hagerstown. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to have your players of the game. We're going to have the Catro Law player of the game, Isaiah Fritz, and then I will have a quick meeting with the winning coach, Craig Hunter. So at Home Team Sports TV, we'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Realty. With over 30 years of experience, Cheryl provides each of her clients with the best level of customer service, along with helping families with the next phase of their life. The buying and selling process comes natural to Cheryl, as her understanding of the housing market allows her the ability to answer any questions that may arise. With offices in both Jefferson and Berkeley counties, she works hard to ensure the outcome you deserve. Cheryl is the key to selling or buying your home.
And we are live back with our Catro Law player of the game, Isaiah Fritz. And Isaiah, I've said this many times. I've admired the work you put in all season, how hard you work, the energy and effort that you put in, on the field. A couple times over the last couple of broadcasts, I've been on you a little bit on some of the plays, because I know you expect greatness from yourself and what you want going forward, want to play college ball. So, I definitely want to hold you to that standard. But today, to see you finally break through, dominate the game, and you're so fast, they struggle to guard those wheel routes. What is something that you guys seen early in the game to where you knew that play was something that they weren't going to be able to handle?
I mean, we just seen early in the game that he was coming down on the little quick out, and then we bursted up to the wheel. And there was only one safety in the middle of the field. He's not going to get over there.
Yeah, and that's one thing that we noticed on the broadcast. They played a single high safety the whole game.
Yeah.
And they didn't go too deep once. And at that point, obviously they were saying they wanted to challenge Herrick, to beat them. But he showed that he was able to beat them with his arms and his legs. Going forward, and being a wide receiver, that you had, Roberts, who's now at Shepherd, what is something you guys do, in your downtime, to get with Dylan and to get with, the quarterbacks to try to get on that same page so that you guys are clicking on all cylinders come playoff time?
I mean, just like over the summer when we're throwing, we're not just running the routes and throwing the routes. Like, we're talking about concepts, like where the defense is at. Like, we're acting like the defense is there when we're running our routes over the summer, just like trying to get everything right.
Yeah. And that's something that now, like, even in season, with having a different quarterback, 'cause I think over the summer, Quentin, was getting a lot of the reps. Is there stuff you guys do after practice now, knowing that there was kind of like a changing of the guard that you guys do to kind of, get in a little bit of rhythm with the new quarterback, Dylan Herrick?
I mean, yeah, it's hard to, throw with different guys because, every guy has his own, talents and abilities. But we just got to keep talking. Like, if I tell Quentin something, then I got to go tell Dylan something, man. I got to go tell Moses something. I just can't tell one of them. Because if it's something new, you got to just, relay it to everybody.
And they all have different arm strengths, different arm talent, different spins of the ball. As a wide receiver, speak about how those, the different spin, the different arm talent, how it makes it such a hard adjustment for a wide receiver.
I mean, yeah, they all have, good arms and, good arm talent. But, Quentin just loves, throwing it deep.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, it's just hard to adjust your speed with the ball in the air. Sometimes you gotta slow down for it. I don't know.
Yeah, and I know you have aspirations, of going to college and playing college ball. And you're a very talented kid. I know you went to a lot of camps. What is something that you set forth for yourself going into the season that you wanted to accomplish? Versus team ball first, because obviously that's the most important, and personally.
I just want to leave here with respect, and then everybody knowing who I was and that I'm able to lead. That's the biggest thing right now is just we're trying to find the leaders and who's going to be that leader and who's going to be that guy.
And that's what we talked about on the broadcast, especially with with your seniors. You guys all have different personalities. You all have very fun-loving personalities, and you guys are all different. But just seeing that one leader when things start to kind of, get a little bit out of sorts, that one person that, everybody can respect and say, all right, let's relax, let's calm down, we're still in this game, and let's just do what we do.
Yeah.
And I think that is something, especially being 17 years old. It's hard, because you're not used to that. But that's the next transition.
Yeah, it's
being a
hard.
man.
It's hard when like you have another kid your age yelling at you.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's not like I'm yelling at you. It's like I'm just trying to get this in your brain.
It's accountability.
Yeah.
It's about holding each other accountable, and that's something that you guys will learn now in high school, and you'll learn in college. Cause there'll be that player that you see when you go in there as a freshman, you're just like, man, you just like the way he works, and you're like, and he pulls you under his wing, and he's able to guide you in that direction. And then 3-4 years later, he comes back and he sees you doing the same thing for someone else, and that's kind of like the evolution of life.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Like Sammy was the biggest leader on the team last year, and like me being good friends with him, he just passed it all down to me, and that's why I'm trying to live up to him.
Yeah, man. So Isaiah, this is definitely one of the better games of the season. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of time left, and it's fun to watch you play. So it's just one of those things, as like being able to broadcast your guys' games. Obviously you just want to say, see that growth and improvement, and seeing it you tonight. Finally be able to get up here as the Cato Law Player of the Game, Isaiah Fritz.
Thank you.
So we will have a quick commercial break, and we will come back with the winning coach, Vernon Craig Hunter.
Meet Cheryl Yates at ERA Liberty Realty. With over 30 years of experience, Cheryl provides each of her clients with the best level of customer service, along with helping families with the next phase of their life. The buying and selling process comes natural to Cheryl, as her understanding of the housing market allows her the ability to answer any questions that may arise. With offices in both Jefferson and Berkeley counties, she works hard to ensure the outcome you deserve. Cheryl is the key to selling or buying your home.
We're back at Spring Mills High School with the winning coach, Craig Hunter. Craig, we spoke before the game about things that you wanted to see, things that you felt like were going to be the keys to Jefferson winning this game tonight. And one of the things you wanted to see is kind of turnover-free ball. And I know that you had 2 turnovers, but the defense was able to keep Spring Mills off the scoreboard. What is something that you told your team at halftime when you guys were up 14-0, and you guys were relatively dominating the game, that you were able to have them relax so that in that fourth quarter you guys could just blitz them and score 20 points?
Just pretty much at halftime, we just talked about some adjustments we need to make, but the main thing was just finish the fight. We were up last week in the game and we didn't finish the fight. So this week was to finish the fight, finish the game. We got an opportunity, I said before the game to them, we got an opportunity as an offensive team to step on their necks and close the game out. We need to step on their neck and close the game out. We had some turnovers and some costly turnovers, some costly penalties that brought some big plays back for us too. We still got to clean all that mess up. But overall, I think they stuck through it. They played through the adversity, bounced back from last week's tough loss. Defense played lights out. Special teams got us good field position. And the offense, we stuck with it. And then when we got a chance to pound it through, we busted through, got some touchdowns out of it.
And, from seeing, obviously last year's team to this year's team, you can see that mentality switch. Whereas, the first couple of weeks, even, defensively, Millbrook and Sharando, kind of became physical and wanted to run the ball at you guys. Musselman, tried to do that last week. This week, it seemed like you guys made a concerted effort
to be more physical up front, both offensive, defensively, to say that, hey, we're going to win the line of scrimmage tonight?
Yeah, I mean, the defense did a great job. You know, they did a great job of game planning for this team, getting after it in practice this past week, and you know, dealing with a lot of things we've been dealing with. You know, we had a lot of kids that were in and out of practice because of illnesses. So just trying to get people together and make sure they understand the game plan. You know, I thought we did a good job of getting after them. You know, blitzing when we needed to blitz, pulling back when we didn't have to blitz. And just understanding what they were going to do and when they were going to do it. I thought the kids did a great job of watching film, getting the scouting reports that we give them. I thought they just did a great job of keeping steady and keeping focused.
Yeah, and you know, in you being a great player at Jefferson and going off and playing.
I don't know
about
great.
Going off and and playing in college and being around the game as well. We always call it playoff football. And when playoff football comes, even those teams that are relatively passing teams, they try to win the game with physical football, running the ball, dominant defenses in the offensive line. Is that something that you also want to establish with your team, that you can play a style of football that can be pretty and put up a lot of points, but you also can switch it up and play on that power football as well that will transition when things get cold, weather might get bad in the future?
No, I mean, you want to be physical and be able to be physical when you have to, but I think right now at this point in time, coming off last week's tough loss, I think what we just need to do is, do right now where we can put these kids in a position where they have opportunities to be successful. And if that point in time right now is running power football, then it's running power football. If that point in time is getting the ball to the speed guys on the outside, then we get the ball to the speed guys on the outside. But I think right now, let's just right now get wins by any means necessary.
Yes.
And if that means we got to run the ball, then we got to run the ball. If that means we're going to throw the ball, then we'll throw the ball. But I think that's where we're at right now. Let's get these wins by any means necessary and just keep this thing rolling. We got a couple more games. We just got to get these games rolling, get things back on track, and hopefully then we can really actually start talking about playoffs. Right now, we're not in the position to even start talking about playoff football. We need to talk about Jefferson football and game to game, and right now get back to North and get on North Hagerstown.
Yeah, and and obviously, doing the interview with Fritz, he's excited about how the game transpired today. Period.
24-hour energy.
Yeah, but you like to see, because like you said, the last week, you guys, I think everybody walked away feeling like you kind of let one slip. You kind of let one, get away, and obviously versus the EPAC opponent, those ones hit a little bit deeper. How were you able to corral those kids and say, all right, we got to let that go. Let's focus on playing a good, very talented Spring Mills team that had a freshman quarterback. I wanted to ask, did you know that they were making that transition from Anderson to Swartz?
We had heard through the rumor mill that he wasn't going to play. I think they tried to pull the wool over our eyes by having him out here warm up, played some gamemanship with us, but we had heard through the grapevine, the kids had heard through the grapevine that he wasn't going to play, but we prepared as if he was going to play. I mean, you just don't know. You never know what's going through the grapevine, what you hear through the rumor mill. So we just prepared as if he was going to play. And, about getting those kids back together and corralling them back together, it's a tough thing when you feel like, and when you're at home and you feel like you let 2 games slip away from you. At home, we go back to Sharando game. You count the onside kick. We had 5 turnovers.
Yeah.
You go back to the Musselman game. We had some turnovers, some costly penalties at costly times. So it's just knowing where they are and knowing your team and knowing that they're in a position now because of success we've had that they're not ready to hang their heads and call it quits. That they want to get up and fight, and you got a coaching staff that wants to get up and fight. So you just grab the kids that go in the back corner with you and slug it out. You get those kids first, and then you get everybody else. They'll follow them. So, I mean, that's what we try to do is corral those kids. They're the tough kids. They're the passionate kids that are passionate about this. We got them together first, got them on the page, and everybody just followed in with them. And then we came out here tonight and we put on a good show tonight for our fans and everybody back in Jefferson County. So hopefully we can keep it going. Come back next week at home. Redeem ourselves from 2 home losses and get a home win on homecoming against North Hagerstown.
Yeah, and it's funny because the 2 things is one that I wanted to say was during the broadcast I spoke about that about how now you guys have established a winning culture at Jefferson with the last 2 seasons being winning a lot of games, and then all of a sudden now these kids they're no longer is Jefferson going to be good this year? No, we expect them to be good. So with those expectations, it does change things a little bit. But also going back to a little bit of the gamemanship that Spring Mills had is the gamemanship that maybe a couple weeks ago you had when you made the switch from Goins to Herrick. So when you say that, I wanted it professionally. I made sure that I kept my face straight. But I was just like, I wonder if he's thinking about the gamemanship when we asked you on Chalk Talk about maybe a potential change was coming, and you kept the game face.
Well, with game plan situations, it goes with everything. I mean, your job is to try to dupe me to get me to give something up, but my job is to not give up what we're doing game plan wise. Is to keep it very basic, keep it very honest, keep it very straightforward. Going back, I'm a baseball fanatic. I know you're a baseball fanatic. I love New York Yankees, and I watched the Derek Jeter special. They talked about that, and they said they'd stop asking Derek Jeter questions because he would never tell them anything. So I'm definitely not going to give y'all anything away about what we're trying to do throughout the week. So anytime y'all ask me a question, you just know you're just going to get the blandest answer that I can give you on that situation.
It's just funny, because now we really are the media, so being able to hear that, it is funny. But Craig, thank you for joining us. I know you guys want to get in there and get packed up and everything. Congratulations on a big win, and we will be covering you guys next Friday night versus North Hagerstown.
Thank y'all for all y'all do. It's good to have somebody covering Jefferson County.
So from Home Team Sports TV, I want to thank Harry Brown, Damon Smith for joining us, Shalinka Jacobs, Janidia Miramed, and Kevin Brewster for everything you've done to make this broadcast possible. Good night. God bless you. Get home safely and peace out.